back, everybody. If you have been keeping count, it's episode 8. Joined today, myself, Mark Rowe, coming all the way from Okinawa, my buddy, Lane Miller, in Frankfurt, Germany, and, of course, the Jedediah Barnes, the man himself, coming in from Wisconsin. Boys, women, and cheese up there. And now he's here with us. Let's start. Episode 8, boys. How you been doing?
Episode 8. Pretty good.
Pretty all right.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm a lush. So been
A
drinking.
lush?
Oh, Mark's been drinking. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Couple drinkies, Randy.
Yeah.
Couple fucking drinks.
No, I got off of work, hit the whiskey, and now I'm just coasting on a nice buzz with some
Hey.
beer.
Cool
Oh,
buzz, tasty waves. That's all I need.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
shit.
took a ladder to the face today.
I see that.
So,
I
yeah.
thought
Oh,
that was
that's
pizza
what
sauce.
happened.
I thought that
Little
was
bit.
pizza sauce. Wait, you took a ladder to both? How the fuck does
Yeah.
a ladder hit you there and then he hits you there?
No, it all came down on me. It was terrible. Like it was up on this rack up on the top, and they were like, "Oh, we gotta take that down and put some wood up there so that thing doesn't fall." I was like, "That makes sense. Okay, let's take it down." While I'm taking it down, the kid that's holding the ladder is like, "Okay, I'm gonna drop it to you." It's like, "You're gonna what?" Fucking hit me
Fuck,
right in the
idiot.
face.
Sounds like a real winner. Sounds like you got great coworkers there. They're
Oh,
Where was
yeah.
the union, huh? Where was the union when we needed them?
Of course.
Where was the Union
These
back in the Civil War?
What the fuck?
Where was the Union?
That was a union. There's a
Maybe.
union in marriage, I guess. Okay. What other unions do we need in life? The plumbers union? Fuck those guys.
I don't know. There's a teachers union. I guess they don't do shit. I don't know. What do they do? Just bitch. That's all I know.
Yeah, pretty much.
We need higher pay. Well, I'll tell you what. You don't need higher pay to be teaching Johnny. Johnny has a fucking helmet and he can barely color. Fuck that.
Mm.
So,
But yeah, speaking of coworkers, one of the guys I work with at Amazon, he's from Africa. So he speaks
Nice.
like 7 different languages. He speaks like, like Arabic, French, a bunch of different languages, but he was teaching me a few like Arabic phrases the other day, like kaf al-hal is like essentially like how are you? And of course we did like the assalamu alaikum wa alaikum salam, which is like, peace be upon and upon you be peace and shit. But it was really funny because I was in the middle of telling a joke with like a southern accent when he said something to me about it. So I was just like, kaf al-hal, brother. I was like, wait a minute. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam. And it was
Sounds
just
like
really
fucking
funny hearing that like
George
Arabic
Bush.
with a southern accent, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, wow. Imagine George W. Bush. My name's W. KFL
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
I've seen
Crack
some
me up.
pretty, heard some pretty funny ass accents being here in Okinawa. There's like this Japanese dude that works at the local hardware store, but he has this like, whenever he speaks English, he has a really thick French accent because I guess he learned French first and then like learned English in France. I can barely understand the guy. It's fucking awful. But I'm just like, bonjour, dudo. I don't fucking know French, but good time. Like he's a good, funny guy, and he can help me out, like do all my DIY shit. So I'm happy. But I just like just give me give me the Japanese, because my bad Japanese was way better than your English.
There you go. I think the male greeting in French is bonsoir.
I just
I thought it was just a
I
lot
had-
of kissing on the face.
yeah. Just,
No, I think it's just I surrender. Please do not hurt me, sir. I surrender.
So,
I had a I had um, 3 roommates in college that all spoke French because they were from Africa. One of them was actually like a diplomat's son. He like grew up in France, but he was from like his dad was like a diplomat from Africa to France or whatever. The fucking they were speaking French all the time, which I'm totally cool with. But it pissed off my other roommates because they're talking shit on us, saying we're fat and dumb Americans and stuff. I was like, shut the fuck up, you fat dumb American bitch. It was like, goddamn. So you guys have any like roommate stories? I mean, Jed, you were in college, and Lane, they bunked you up with somebody, right, in the military.
Yeah, a couple people. They did, yeah. Jay, go ahead.
Well, so when I came up to college, when I first came up, I was living with my uncle in town, my mom's oldest brother, and like my mom's the youngest of 7, and he was the oldest of 7. So like there was like almost a 20-year age gap between them. And he was like an old Vietnam guy, so you can imagine what kind of guy he is. You know, just a tough old bastard. He has got some great fucking stories, though, let me tell you. But somewhere
Night
like
terrors?
yeah.
Oh shit.
Moving on. So end of my junior year, I was spending so much time on campus because like I'd get out of class and just go to my buddy's room where like I had my PC set up and we would just sit there and game until like 2:00 in the morning. And then I'd just be like, I'm just going to crash here on my gaming chair, which was just a Gander Outdoor zero gravity chair that I have behind my couch now. And then I just wake up, go to class, and then do it all the next day. So I was like, dude, why don't I just like move in with you? So sure as shit, I put an air mattress under his bed, and I just lived with him in his room for the rest of junior year, while I was pledging the frat that he was in. And then we got a house together with our other roommate and then another dude, and that was pretty legit. We were living in a frat house, throwing parties every weekend. It was great. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Nothing like crazy happened aside from like, you know, people being at parties and being stupid, but yeah, we had some good times. A lot of good times. I miss those guys.
Nice.
Little tear.
I don't think I have any like crazy. Like I had pretty chill roommates my whole like if I had a roommate, most of the time I didn't have one. Most of the time I just had neighbors. Just neighbors. I never was like in the same room with too many people. But when I was in the same room with a few, because I was with one other guy, I forget his name. This was back in like 2016 or whatever. But like, I came home one night because like we had training. So I was in tech school, right? So I was like learning my job for the Air Force, and it was the weekend, so everybody went out and drank and got fucked up and then came back to the dorms. And like I wasn't old enough to drink. I was in Texas. And so I didn't drink because I wasn't old enough to drink. Okay. So basically I think like I went out with my boys and then I came back and then like I come into my room and there's like people everywhere. Like I'm like, what the fuck? Get the fuck out. Like what? And there's everybody. Like my whole flight, my whole like the people that I train with, they're in there. And then like my roommate's just plastered. And then like so I guess I should tell how the room was laid out. So like me and him were we had like I don't know 8 feet apart from our beds, and then we just kind of split the room. Like whatever we had double. So like I had a bed, he had a bed, I had a shelf, he had a shelf, shit like that. Like we just split everything. And then what the only thing we shared was the bathroom. And then so the way it's set up though is there's a whole nother room next to ours, like the neighboring room, that also would share the bathroom had there been people in there. But this room was vacant, right? So this room could have housed 2 other people, and then it would have been 4 people sharing the bathroom, but it was just me and him in one room sharing that bathroom. So this vacant room, okay? This vacant room is filled with people. Like I don't know what the fuck he did, but he busted because there's a door separating the bathroom from the other room, and he got through that door.
Bathroom.
Yeah, that's what it is. And it's like he busted through that door and then just migrated the party into that. And I was like, fuck, dude. And then I walked in on what appeared to be some crazy shenanigans with little to no clothes. And I had to fucking walk out, dude. I was like,
college.
Dude. And I just went back to sleep. I was like, oh my God. It was nuts. But that's the only crazy dorm people, dorm story I have. The people I had were pretty chill, so I got lucky.
Story. I got some good dorm stories. They're not exactly my roommates. I was just it was when I was still living at my uncle's house, but I'd, hang out on the campus a lot on the weekends. So we had a lot of different dorms because we had super old buildings, kind of old buildings, and a couple brand new buildings. So we had tons of different layouts. But some of the sort of old, but not quite the oldest, but still sort of old buildings, on the corners, it was all every room had 2 beds in it. So for 2 students, and then it'd be communal bathrooms for the floor. So it'd be all girls floor, all guys floor. But then the corners, because they were all L's, right? So the corner rooms would be 4 people. It'd be a quad, and it'd just be 4 people, no bathroom. You still had to use the communal bathroom, but 4 people in a much bigger room, enough space for a actual living room. You could have all your beds in the back, and then your living room up front. For studying and shit. Well, we're in there with a legitimate duffel bag of beer and Franzia because we hate ourselves. And one dude goes to go to the bathroom, and he's probably the drunkest of the 6 of us that are in there. And somebody else goes with him to make sure he gets there and comes back, because we don't want this guy just drunkenly wandering around the campus, And as they say bathroom and get up to leave, I'm like, fuck, I could use the bathroom. So I get up to follow them. They close the door behind them. I get there right as it closes, twist the knob, pull, hit my head on the door because it didn't fucking open. I just thought it did and tried to go through it. This fucking door handle. Something broke in the door handle, and it would no longer open. They had a key on the outside. I had the lock on the inside. We could not open this door. And the room was being inspected in the morning, and we could not be in there with all the crap that we had in there. So we had to get out before security got there to inspect the room.
What floor is it on?
This was 4th floor. 4th floor, 40 feet up. Yeah, worst case scenario, naturally. So it's also 2:00 in the morning. So not the best time to be trying to take a door off. But hey, I had a hammer and a screwdriver, and I knew that hinges are a weak point. So they're so fucking on there. These hinges have not been taken apart in years, and I'm pounding these fucking hinge pins out to try to get this fucking door off. I get them all out, probably wake up half the goddamn building, and the door won't come off. It's still as stuck as it was. It was ridiculous.
Did they paint over the hinges? Is that what
No.
it is?
Crazy.
No, it was more stuck than thick paint. I'm telling you. It was a wooden door with a steel frame.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It was just a really solid door. So we ended up using the bed sheets to lower everything that we weren't supposed to have down. And then we just waited for them to get there and let us out. But
at least you're smart enough to try to get that shit off and get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, it was bad. I was so scared for a long time. 3 hours of just trying to get this door open. Well, an hour trying to get the door open, and then an hour of cleaning up, and then just an hour of sitting there fuck, we're so fucked. They're gonna fucking expel us. I'm gonna get kicked out of college. Fuck, man. Fuck. Ah! And then we were fine.
I like how you did it like prison escape style, where you're just like lowering shit down with bed sheets.
Well, I mean, we had 4 beds worth of cloth, you know.
That's
We
fucking
used like
great.
2 sheets to keep everything wrapped up and like padded, and we just no shit. It was hilarious. It was really
Don't
funny.
put Jet in Alcatraz. The motherfucker get out. He's
I've
resourceful.
seen those documentaries. I saw the MythBusters special and everything. I know how to get out. All you need is like 20-some raincoats and a bit of duct tape. No problem.
There you 20 some fucking raincoats. Yeah, let me run through real quick the crazy amount of like the craziness of my roommates. So my apartment was set up like 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms, and then you just share the kitchen living room. That's how it was. And this whole complex was like that. And people were fucking weird and really strange. It was all like college kids, and then it was like some rando fucking people in there, like some guys that worked on the railroad that had like their second wives and shit that would like stay there, and then they'd come and fuck them or whatever, and then leave. And
Fishwives.
and then there was like just random African, like a lot of African people actually, but they were like definitely illegal, and they were like working odd jobs and shit, and then they would stay there. They were the funnest fucking people. I'm gonna tell you that right away. That was fucking awesome. These Congolese people were pretty cool. They'd just like buy tons of Heineken and then just drink and party with everybody. Great time. But my roommates though, I went through some crazy fucking roommates. It was all my first year of college because that's whenever I had all these roommates, and then my wife came over to America from Japan, and then we just lived together, and that was it. But so let me run through these
Happily
roommates.
ever after.
These two girls want to be my roommate, right? They each have their own room, so it's whatever. I'm like, cool. I really don't care. I get along with most people, right? These girls, I don't know how they were friends, because one was a literal like hoochie mama, and the other one was a anal sex only Christian. So fucking nuts. Yeah, like fucking just the complete
Sounds
opposite.
like a good time.
They both wanted what the other had.
Both wanted what the other had. Yeah, exactly. So that's the 2 girls in the beginning, and then this African guy comes in, and he's really fucking cool. Like I said before, he was like a diplomat's son, and he grew up in France and shit. And then they were like, hey, we'll give you a free scholarship to play soccer. He came or whatever, but we didn't just get him. We also got his cousin, and then like his best friend. Best friend was illegal and just stayed on our couch for the entire year, like slept on our couch, and and then his cousin like stayed for like 6 months. Great guy. I think he works like building the newest technology in semis now. I keep in touch with him. He's a wonderful dude. So very weird mixture of people, right? There's like 2 extra people that shouldn't be there, and then there's like these 2 very opposite girls, and then there's me who just wants to get through college, with little effort as possible. So fucking I'm sitting there one day on the couch, and Kevin's that's the guy the guy that's supposed to be there is sitting there. We're watching some soccer game on TV, and a fucking mob of soccer players come through the door. Beer, fucking tons of girls with them too. Just a big old party just busts through the door. I'm totally cool with it. I'm like, fuck yeah, just throw me a beer. We're good. Let's keep watching the soccer game. They're playing tons of African music. I don't know why. I don't even really know what's going on. Like, I'm dancing around. I'm one of 3 white people. The other 2 white people are the 2 girls in this apartment, and everybody else I think is from Africa or very close
I know where
to
this
it.
is going.
So
I've seen this meme before.
yeah, this is crazy, right? We're having a good old time, and the girl that's a hoochie mama takes about 4 guys to her room, and the other girl gets upset because we are all drinking like crazy, and she's like, God wouldn't like this. Stop this. This is awful. Get out of my apartment. She takes the Bible and she starts like yelling at us and like shaking the Bible at us. This girl's out of her fucking mind, right? She takes the Bible and whips it at one of the soccer players and says, "God smite you," and throws the damn thing at him, hits him in the knee. He falls to the ground because apparently he has bad fucking knees. I don't know. Whatever.
Hit the weak spot.
Soccer player.
Exactly. I was like, oh, fucking get tripped up in the ankle. Of course, get that yellow card. Well, this is real life, buddy. We ain't fucking around here.
Maybe God actually smote him.
Yeah, maybe that's it. He smited all of Africa and he moved out of there. So come on. So this fucking guy gets up in her face. He's like, "I will fucking end you, you white bitch." I don't know. I don't know. He was fucking nuts. And he's like screaming in French. He's fucking taking empty beer bottles and whipping them at this fucking girl's door, and they're just shattering right on the fucking door. This shit's going crazy. I'm just like, when the fuck is this gonna be over? I go in my room, I like hide out. I'm like, fuck this shit. This is gonna be a fucking riot. This is crazy. All these soccer players are fucking going nuts because whatever team they like was fucking winning anyways too. So you know it was a crazy environment. Yeah, this is fucking nuts, right? They got the vuvuzela going on. Like it's crazy. Yeah, exactly. Right. This is like week 1 in like a day. Like I haven't really even known these people that long. My roommate Kevin comes out with a bat and he's swinging it at people. He's like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Fucking the whore, the hoochie mama, with her 4 men, came out and she's like, "You don't leave!" Like she's holding them back behind her door. She's like, she's out of her fucking mind. She's like, "They're staying." And I was like, "Put on some clothes. What the fuck?" You know, like it's chaos. This is week 1.
God damn.
And some change. Like this is crazy. And that was my first like party at college / really getting to know my roommates and how fucking nuts it was going to be the rest of the year. Wow. Needless to say though, the Christian girl moved out. We got a kid from Hong Kong and I had to show him how to actually be a person, which was really weird. Like I had to show him how to shave. I had to show him how to do laundry. I had to show him how to cook food because the only thing he knew how to cook was instant noodles. I had to show him. Yeah, it was ridiculous. I had to show him everything.
Of all things, the guy from Hong Kong could only noodles.
Exactly. It was fucking nuts. I showed him how to. I had a ton of food in the fridge because I was like, you know, like my parents would bring food all the time and it was just like anybody can have it or whatever, right? I showed him how to make like one of those frozen patty burgers. The dude made one, had it, and he was like, "Oh, that was nice." I was like, "Yeah, you just have whenever you want." The next day, he's made about 25 of them out of this big fucking package. And he just ate a shit ton of burger. I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, dude?" He's like,
"Freshman 15.
This is the only thing I've been eating besides noodle." I was like, Jesus.
Oh my god.
I got
so you
stories
had to, like,
about
teach him like, "Hey man, there's other foods."
Yeah, I had to teach him a lot of shit. I had to teach him not to spend all of his money on booze, for one, which was nuts.
That's a hard one.
Okay, so his dad had good money, you know, like he's coming from Hong Kong. He's got decent
not bad
cash.
money, good money.
Yeah, exactly.
Good
not bad
money.
He's got that green, right? So his dad would send him like $600 a week.
That's a lot.
Whatever to live on.
Right.
Yeah, that was way more than he needed, and he would drink through that in a week, easy. And I had to show him, like, don't do that. Like, you don't have to be buying, you know, fucking booze all week. Maybe instead of getting all Dom Perignon or like Moet, blah blah blah, fucking, you know, maybe you just get some beer and just chill the fuck out for a minute.
Just chill the fuck out.
Drinking's not a competition. Like you can slow down.
Except when it is. It can.
Except whenever it is, yeah.
Like every year we do a beer Olympics. That's definitely a competition.
Isn't like it's sober October right now, huh?
Yeah, fuck that.
I guess. That's. I mean, I don't.
Never heard about that before, but okay, sure.
Oh no, sober October. What am I doing?
Yeah,
No,
This is,
I seen that though. I seen Joe Rogan was like, "Hey, if you're my fan or whatever," he was like, "Come and join me with this sober challenge or whatever," right?
Yeah, that he put some. Well, if he said that, that's kind of weird because he posted on Instagram like a controversial like thing that was like on the contrast of that. It was like sober October, but it was like if you fuck up. So like if you've done like weed, DMT, like like it had a whole list of like, alcohol, and then it had like if you do it, you have to, I forget, I'll have to pull it up, but
Yeah, pull it up.
you have to do something. But yeah.
I think it's strange that
I think
we're
I drank on the first. I think I
Yeah.
was drinking the night of the first, whatever day Friday was.
I haven't drank in a while, but
Oh,
yeah.
the second night.
Day-
I was drinking very heavily Friday, the 2nd of October, with like
Nice.
my mom, my brother, and people back home at the bar right up the street from my house.
Oh, that's
We
always
had
a
a
good
great old
time.
time. It was a really good time. My mom got drunk, she puked. I got drunk, didn't puke.
I couldn't see your mom. Your mom's a really sweet woman. For everybody listening, it's
She is.
really strange to think of your mom drinking.
Hey, did you know she was a bartender in Florida for 11 years?
That is awesome.
Weird.
But
Yeah.
your mom doesn't seem like that. she's really nice and kind-hearted. That's all I'm saying. She doesn't seem like somebody that would go ham.
You should see her when you don't do your chores. Whew.
I found the post from Joe Rogan. I'll
All
post
right,
it up.
let's read it.
Post it up here. So it says instead of sober October, it's so bombed October. So you fucked up and you actually, you took an inebriant. So it says it has like the inebriant, which is like, your vice of choice. So like it'll have alcohol, marijuana, shrooms, or whatever. And then like you get points. So it's like a reverse of it. It's like you get points if you actually do it. So it's like alcohol is 1 point per shot. Marijuana, 1 per bowl. Fucking
10
shrooms, 1
per
per
day.
gram. Acid is 6 per tab. MDMA, 5 per night. Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Cocaine
night?
equals 2 per line. 2 points per line. Oh my god. Ketamine, 4 per key bump. Fuck.
So, yeah, I took a chair or ladder to the face. How's everybody else's work been? Lately?
Well, it's been all right. So we're doing a lot of training right now because we're about to open this new building that I'm going to. So we're training extra people to like take over when we leave our current site, and other people to join us at the new site. So it's kind of like we're running at like half capacity of our team, even though our whole team's there, because half the team has to be training the other people.
Is that like extra shit? Like, I mean, is that extra sucky because everybody's sitting at home with COVID, ordering shit off Amazon all the time and shit?
It's hard for me to tell, so I don't work with like the actual like packaging and like shipping and stuff. I just do like trailers and truckloads and stuff. So it's hard for me to really notice a market increase in the amount we're doing now. But I know it's gonna get bad because they announced that we're actually gonna do Prime Day on like the 13th and 14th. It's usually like the midsummer sale. It's usually like July 12th. But with COVID and stuff, they just like canceled it. And then they announced like, hey, you know what? We're actually still gonna do it. And they planned it really bad for me. So I start the new facility on the 18th, and they're doing it the week before they open that building, which means they have to have this like extra long work days, extra long work week right before I transfer.
Yeah,
So-
I entirely think they did that to you, Jed.
I know they did
Fucking
it all
Jeff
just
Bezos
because of me.
sitting in his office, he's rubbing his hands. He's like, "Fuck Jedediah Barnes, 1."
Yeah.
How can we fuck this guy over? I heard we can do Prime Day, and he's got shit going on. Fuck, yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
There you go.
Fucking taking
Good
my
old
women
Uncle
and
Jeff.
shit. Won't be doing it anymore.
Man, I feel bad for his wife, his ex-wife. I feel so bad for her. She thought she
she's
won.
swimming in fucking money.
Yeah, I
Fuck her.
feel
No,
so
hold on,
bad
hold
for
on.
her.
No, I feel so bad for her. She thought she won. They got a divorce and she got half of his money. Back when he barely had any money compared to how much he has now. Imagine if they got divorced now.
She still hit the lottery.
And she got
Jeez.
$89 million. Now she'd have like $165 billion.
Oh
big
no,
difference.
$85 million.
You have
Oh, no,
89
no.
million and you're complaining. Shit.
Right?
Gold digger.
There's kids in
Gold
Africa
digger.
starving. Fuck that bitch.
Yeah, my work is I don't know, I'm doing a lot more now because well, besides editing this podcast and then studying real estate, right now we're packing up everything. We're literally the movers came today to inspect what we have so they can like prepare for the when they come to ship our stuff. We gotta start selling stuff and yeah, getting all the
Oh.
paperwork and shit done. We gotta ship our cat too. Well, like not ship it, but like I guess like take her with. So that's gonna be kind of weird. I've never traveled on a plane with a cat before, so and she's
You
like
have
too big
quite a
to go.
large cat.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. She's too big to stay with us, so she's going under in the belly of the plane. So yeah,
Whenever I came to Japan, me and my wife, we had two cats with us, and they had to go underneath the plane. So they put them in these ridiculously huge cages, which was great. And they fed them quite a bit of food before we took off, and there was still food in their dishes and everything whenever we
yeah,
left.
good.
They gave them like ice chips so they would melt and have water as it went. But our flight is like 14 hours. Your flight's like what, 9? I want to say.
It's like 10, 9 or 10.
10?
It depends.
Oh,
I've
where
had
are
it be
you?
longer,
Yeah, depends
but
where
we're
you're going.
also yeah, that's
State.
true. I think because we're flying into Baltimore, so it's gonna be probably an hour less than usual. Chicago. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that why Baltimore? Is that where your wife's from or something?
No, it's
Without giving out too many information.
no, it's just like where basically so you'll take like a rotator aircraft, which is just a military aircraft, but it's like kind of commercialized, so it has actual seats and stuff like that. And then like that's its main hub. So like they'll always fly into Baltimore, and then from there you just go where you need to go. So we'll catch a
Oh,
flight to Denver International. Yeah. So
So you guys are gonna fly right out of Ramstein, like military transport, and then when you get to Baltimore, you go back to like private.
yeah,
That's
United
legit.
probably. Yeah.
Is that like a
they
cheaper
they
ticket?
advertise those flights, but I don't hear a lot of people taking them, like in the military, like single guys. But I don't hear like families taking them. They usually take like commercials here in Japan.
Oh yeah. I guess it would just I don't know. I I don't know. I think it's like the rotator flies. I couldn't even tell you, dude. Couldn't even tell you. It's like because it's like once I know something, everything changes, and I've been out of the military for so long.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's constant. You could say the rotator is in rotation.
Oh yeah, it is. Dude, fucking Eddie Van Halen.
Oh yeah,
That's fucking sad, man.
big
He's not
sad.
even that old.
65.
He didn't. Yeah, he
Well, he
wasn't
was
even an old
battling
man.
cancer for a while,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
cancer.
It's always sad to hear whenever, your heroes are dying and shit. And he's he was battling cancer for like how long? Do you know? Like just a while or
Oh, I couldn't tell you. At least 5
yeah.
years.
Shit. It's probably better that he's gone than, unfortunate to say, but
That's
Well,
always like
yeah.
one of
You
those
don't
like
want
hot
anyone
takes
suffering.
too. It's like how much is life worth when it's just a constant struggle and it's pain and it's just not gonna get better.
Yeah.
Like at the point that you're miserable and you have no hope, it's like take me out.
well,
Put me on
I
a
don't know if
Malaysia
he didn't
flight, get
have
the
any hope,
insurance
but
money.
yeah. If I get diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, like, or if I'm battling cancer for more than like 2 years, I'm gonna be like, okay, fuck this, I'm going out. Like, at least I'm gonna go out happy, and I'm not gonna go out puking my guts out and shit. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's what he decided to do, but I just hope for his sake, or anybody that's going through that situation, I hope it's peaceful and quick. not
Yeah.
drawn out and terribly painful.
Yeah. He was the guitarist that came up with he kind of revolutionized he would play his guitar like a piano. So like on the frets he kind of did that thing, and he did a little work with Michael Jackson, right? Didn't he do Beat It or something? Beat It. Don't have to do it. He's like the guitar part, right?
Yeah. He did a lot of work with he kept himself really busy. I mean, even shit till the end, he was out there. He was playing a lot. I'm pretty sure shit. He was out there with the old crew towards the end, for sure. Until
David Lee Roth is the singer, right? Yeah.
Yeah, David Lee Roth is a badass, by the way. In case you didn't know, because that guy.
Oh, I didn't know.
Multi-millionaire, and you know what he does? He fucking works as an EMT.
Oh.
He, for a second
wow.
thing. Yeah.
That's fucking cool though. Like he's done like the major big shit, and now he's like contributing to as like a
Society.
humbling, like a humbling type of deal. I could totally fucking respect that, dude. That would be like one of the funnest guys to work with too, because like I'm sure on the job most of the time you're just like sitting there like cool, waiting for a call, right? And then when action happens, you go. So like I'm sure he's just sitting there like rambling off like, oh man, back in '89 or just telling these stories, right?
Man, back on the bus, you wouldn't believe the shit we got into.
Oh, for sure, dude.
No, but imagine the first day, right? Imagine you're one of the other EMTs on his crew, and it's like it's his first day. Hey, honey, welcome home. Anything new happen at work? Babe, you're not gonna fucking believe who this new EMT is.
Mm-hmm.
He's the lead singer of Van Halen. Can you fucking believe that?
Yeah, right. Go fuck yourself.
And then you show her.
What do you think? I look stupid?
It's him.
Don't insult my intelligence. You think I'm fucking stupid? I wasn't born yesterday.
No, Jump, actually. Jump by Van Halen is one of the only songs I can still play on tuba or sousaphone. Because it's so easy. It's got such an easy bass line that it's like so easy on tuba.
Against a record machine. Don't you see what I mean?
Chanima. Fucking great.
Animal.
I just think of Superbad whenever I hear that song now, because that was the last time I heard it was in that movie.
Was it in there?
I was like, yeah. Yeah, whenever they're driving around with Mick Lovin, they're playing Panama and fucking shooting the gun.
Yeah.
That was fucking awesome.
I actually, I got a buddy up here that I work with now that he has the McLovin ID in his wallet.
The fuck?
He doesn't look anything like him, but he has it. He's got that ID, and I'm like, you should have switched out the photo, bud.
Yeah, of course. I think somebody got caught with a McLovin ID in fucking California or something like that. They had switched out the photo, right? And it was a fake ID that just said McLovin. I was like, that dude's a fucking legend. Of course.
Dude's a legend.
Before we jump off Van Halen though, fucking did you know that Hot for Teacher is the first song to feature double bass?
I did not.
In the beginning, yeah.
What do you mean feature?
It's the first song, I guess, in more modern terms, to have double bass in it. It wasn't the rapid, double bass. It was that do 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 do. It I hear it and I know exactly what the song is, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, Hot for Teacher is coming on,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And
well, he did work with Kiss too.
Yeah.
He did that was his. I don't think it was his starting out thing. He did work with Kiss.
Work with Kiss. Don't tell that to Gene Simmons will say, yeah, I taught him everything he knows, because Gene Simmons invented everything as far as rock music, breathing, oxygen, fucking earth,
being cool in general.
I saw an episode of Dr. Phil where Gene Simmons came on there, and he was like, so there's this guy who had his parents and all his girlfriends buy him dude, millions of dollars worth of recording equipment, guitars. He had a whole house filled with guitars, like made no fucking sense at all. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be a famous rock star, blah blah blah." And Dr. Phil's like, "Dude, get a fucking normal job. Like you clearly haven't gone anywhere. You're taking your parents' money. Like you're a bum, dude. You're living at home, like, and like you just make all of your sugar mamas pay for all this shit." And then like he's like, "Nah, man, seriously, I'm the best. I'm gonna make it, Dr. Phil. I'm telling you." He's like, "Well, I have a friend here who says otherwise." And then fucking Gene Simmons comes out. He's like, "You're a loser." He's like, "You'll never
You're
be
a
as
big
good
loser,
as me."
boy.
He's like, "You'll never be as good as I am."
That would be the fucking guy that do that though. He'd be the guy that wouldn't like. He would not encourage. He'd be like, "Yep, Dr. Phil, I got you. I'm gonna come in there. I'm gonna crush that guy's dreams. He's gonna
Oh
be
my
full of
God.
shit. Like he's gonna hate himself after this. This is great."
Right?
Oh, it's crazy.
Gene
dude.
Simmons
Like-
would love to shit on people.
Like, yeah. So yeah, the other day at work, actually, I was talking about Willy Wonka, like the original Willy Wonka, and I misspoke, and instead of saying Gene Wilder, I said Gene Simmons, and I was like, wow, imagine how different that movie would be if it was Gene Simmons.
Ah, man, I
Could
don't.
you imagine? Right this way, kids.
I watched
Who's ready to rock?
Family Jewels. You guys remember that shit?
Oh
Family
my God.
Jewels, Gene
I think I
Simmons.
watched 2 episodes of that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
could, that's what I was getting at. Is like I could not watch more than 2. I was like, dude, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
Oh, Gene Simmons.
Ah.
Kiss paved the way. You know, Gene Simmons. He paved the way for Jews to rock. There was never any Jew rockers before him. You know,
Rock.
Never any
Jews
sense
can
either.
rock. I just want you guys to know, Gene Simmons. He let everybody know Jews can rock.
Is he like
Yeah,
I
and then
am.
the rest of them were like, we know we can, but after seeing what you did, we're good. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, though.
Now you get like everyone.
Thanks for taking that one for the team.
He's doing it now. Jews can rap apparently too. You got Drake, you know. So hey,
And Little Dicky, don't forget.
Little Dicky.
Oh
He's
yeah.
Jewish. And he started his rap career with his bar mitzvah money. Shit. So you guys both watched the South Park special, right?
Dude, I didn't.
Yeah.
I asked Patrick the other day because I saw a meme or like a little short clip, and I was like, dude, they fucking came out with that shit already.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go. I don't know how to watch it
right
over
before
here,
this.
but like I'll have to figure it out. Does ComedyCentral.com
Yeah,
have it?
ComedyCentral.com. So like
Yeah, just on
cc.com.
the website.
Yeah,
That's fucking
that's
awesome.
what I figured. Okay, I'll check that out then for sure. Because
Yeah.
I
It's
You'll
pretty
love
good.
it. Like they really bring like what's everything that's going on. They really talk about, and
Oh, yeah.
they bring it into full circle with how South Park does with their whole
Yeah.
comedy spiel and not afraid to push the envelope.
Yeah.
And, I really liked it. I'm not gonna put any spoils in here.
good.
But yeah, I really
No.
recommend anybody that hasn't seen it, you need to jump on that, and at least you can laugh in this terrible time, that everything's going on.
Do they? Okay, just question, and then we'll hop off topic. But
Yeah.
like, do they? Here's what I picture them doing. You can tell me if I'm right or wrong. I picture them taking it to like the fucking extreme. So like you have like people that are like, you're not fucking wearing your mask, and then they have like mask police going around. They're like, where's your fucking mask? And they throw people in jail for not wearing masks.
Well, they do mention
take
the
the
chin
mask thing
diapers.
At least seriously,
Okay.
so it's pretty funny.
Okay.
Yeah, they
It-
mentioned the
Alright.
chin diapers.
Yeah, they rip on people for that, keep their mask off, but like have it on. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
Okay.
good.
They do a good bit about Trump. I thought that was really funny.
Yeah.
They do a good bit about the police and schools and
Really
Everything.
good.
and,
It's really
and
covered.
Good.
Randy, what the fuck? That's just
I'm gonna watch
stuff.
it tonight then. for
The
the
sure.
ending. Mark, I wasn't quite sure. I was kind of confused at the ending scene there with Randy and his wife. I wasn't quite sure what they were getting at there. I think there's gonna be another special, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, same here. Yep.
No spoilers. No spoilers. I didn't spoil anything.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Just saying it was kind of confusing.
Good. I like my South Park.
God, it's so the cure for COVID in that special is so interesting.
Did they?
I would read The Cure though.
Oh, it's definitely not a cure, but like it's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Dude. Speaking of Trump, have you guys heard of this old book called Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Adventures?
What? No, man.
Dude,
What's
I'm
up?
about to blow your fucking mind. So, or it's called, well, so
Put it in the chat.
yeah, I guess I could do that. So it's called Baron Trump's. Okay. So there
Get
was
me in the mood.
you might want to put your hat on, Jed. This is kind of fucking crazy.
Shit. Oh. Yeah, do it, Jay.
So this is back in the 1800s. Okay, late 1800s. This guy, Ingersoll Lockwood, wrote these books. Okay, now the first book is called Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. Okay. Now, do you guys know of a modern Baron Trump?
No.
Isn't that his little boy?
Yeah.
The one that they all made fun of for being like autistic or something.
Yes.
I was like, why the fuck did they attack a kid for being autistic? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's Donald Trump's little kid. Or I don't know. He's probably fucking. Yeah.
So,
yeah, you didn't see the little. You didn't see like him and Melania's. I think it's Melania's.
I don't watch. I watched the debate, but other than that, I don't watch political shit.
He was a
so
little
he's got
boy
like
during the inauguration. Or
yeah,
whatever.
so he's got like
falling asleep. He's like, what?
So, this Ingersoll Lockwood guy wrote these books. Anyways, so Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey, right? That's what the book's called. Okay. If you look at the illustrations on the book, the kid, Baron Trump, looks a lot like Baron Trump in real life. Like, surprisingly. And then in that book, Baron, he looked up to his mentor, whose name was Don. His mentor's name was Don, okay? And the setting, the setting takes place in Russia, okay? So that was in 1893.
Russia.
Yeah,
of all places.
So yeah, that was in 1893. So he went on to make another book. Now this book was in 1896, and it was called 1900, or The Last President. Okay. Now, this is the little juicer of that. Hold it closer, Jed. I'm not sure. Is that what? Well, I can't see really. Is that supposed to be Trump's kid?
That's just the Baron Trump novels.
No. There was no color in the books back then. So look at the original one. But anyways, yes, that's it, Jed. That's it, Jed. Yes.
Shit.
So the next book.
Okay.
The book is called 1900, or The Last President. Okay, so the book is about a very wealthy man who lives on Fifth Avenue and runs for president, and no one expects him to win. So who lives on Fifth Avenue in New York?
Pretty sure
a very
Trump Tower's
wealthy
on Fifth
man.
Avenue.
Trump Towers is on Fifth Avenue. You're right.
What the fuck?
Dude, this shit's crazy.
Aliens.
So, also in the book, so no one expected him to win at all, and people are outraged, right, in the book, right?
Really?
And so he wins, and he chooses his cabinet members, and the Secretary of Agriculture's name is Lafay Pence. Okay, that's in the book.
So there's
right.
a Pence. Okay.
Yeah. Now they tie it in with like, okay, someone went back in time or went forward in time, and figured this out, came back, wrote it. Ingersoll Lockwood, whatever. So here's like where they get. I don't know if you guys have already known this about Nikola Tesla and then Trump's uncle John. You guys, okay. So in 1943, Nikola Tesla died, right? He claimed that he had built a time machine. Okay? He claimed this. Yeah, keep that on for sure on this one, Jed.
Whoa.
Okay, so when Nikola Tesla died, the U.S. government came in, and specifically the U.S. government Office of Alien Property came in and seized Tesla's invention, his documents, uh, projects he was working on at the time, and they handed them to the FBI. Okay, they were like, "Here, you deal with this, figure it out, blah blah blah." So the FBI couldn't make any sense of the documents or the invention, so they hired an outsider by the name of John G. Trump. Okay. Now, who's John G. Trump? Well, that just so happens to be Trump's uncle. All right. And then when they asked about like, hey, what's up with the these documents, he told the FBI like, oh, I can't make anything of it. Wink, wink. You know what I mean?
I've got no idea.
Yeah, right. At least that's the vibe I get.
Shit.
So yeah, like it kind of like ties in like, fuck, dude. What if Fred Trump was like, I got it, or John Trump, not Fred. That's his dad.
They said George.
No, his uncle John. That was the uncle's name.
Too many names, but what you're telling me is
John George Trump. That's the guy's full name.
So what you're
Trump's
telling me
uncle.
is
Trump's uncle. Yeah.
Trump's
Trump's
what you're telling me
uncle.
is Trump's family stole a time machine from Nikola Tesla, and now he's using it to ruin the world.
Who knows? Ruin or improve? I don't know. But
I'm not
doing
one to
something.
say.
also on a side, yeah, neither am I. On a side note, what else is weird is that Trump's dad's name, his middle name is Christ, and his mother's first name is Mary. Dude, isn't that fucking weird? Frederick Christ Trump is Trump's dad.
Frederick.
And then
Frederick.
fucking dude,
I'm
isn't
more
that just
disgusted
fucking
by the name
weird though?
Frederick. Ugh.
Frederick.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Gross.
Of all the
Yeah,
names.
Crazy shit,
fucking
man.
You like Maker's Mark? I mean, what do you guys drink, I guess?
I'll drink whatever's in front of me.
Oh, spoken like a
Pretty
true alcoholic.
simple. Just drink Jack. I drink mainly Jack.
Nice.
I try to stay away from tequila because it does bad things to people. Like technically Budweiser's a lager, but it's not very
It seems
lager-esque.
too light. Yeah.
Exactly. So like I don't mind Budweiser for like a drinking beer because it's still really tasty. I really like their like copper reserve or whatever. They come in like those little glass bottles.
Yeah, that's some pretty good shit.
Those ones are so good. Oh.
Yeah,
And then they did the ones
had
where
that in so long.
they did the ones where they took the better like copper beer that they had, and they took that, and then they put it in Jim Beam barrels for a little while, and then they sold that, and that was really good
Yeah.
because they took their better beer and then they put it in whiskey barrel. Yeah, it was so good, tasty.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, fucking awesome. Right now, I know you guys aren't drinking, but after my fucking day, I gotta have something. This is shit. You see the 7 and the 5. So
Yes.
in Japanese.
I thought that was a 1 and a 3. Fuck.
What?
I
And
thought that was a
So
woman.
this is Orion beer, right? This is like their new thing because they just got bought out by Asahi. They were their own company and then they got merged in, kind of thing. Orion's been on the island since like right after the war, and there are beer basically here.
Wait, Orion?
Orion. Everybody says Orion
like your shirt?
until they. Yeah, no, this is Orion. Orion is how you pronounce it. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Okay.
Everybody's all the
Whatever.
foreigners say
Orion.
Are you
Yeah.
repping? Are you repping merch from the
fuckers.
beer
Yeah,
you're
dude,
drinking?
are you a fucking spot? This podcast is brought to you by Orion.
Orion liquors. Wait, what? You're just
Shit, I hope
repping
so.
their merch? Come on,
Dude, I love their beer. Like,
Fair
it's
enough.
really typical that like Okinawan people and like people from Okinawa only drink Orion beer, and I've become that person right now.
Well, I'd like to
'cause
try some.
I don't really drink a lot of things outside of Orion. Like even if I go to mainland or something.
I'd love to try some.
But yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
afraid
So, this is
it'll
their
never
new
make
one.
it.
Nana go. So 7
Nana
is
go.
Nana, and 5 is go, and then
Nana
Orion's factory is in Nago. So Nana go,
Huh.
Nago beer. Yeah, this is their new one. It's pretty fucking good. That's what I've been drinking on lately. It's Pilsner style, they say. I don't necessarily agree, but it's good either way.
I just had a really weird mental image of like a hardened cowboy walking into an old timey saloon, goes up to the barkeep, he's like, "Let me get a Nana go.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what it would be too.
Can I get
Give me
a
one of those.
Nana go?
Nana goes.
I need 3 Nana goes for table 3."
Dude, if I had any voice that like I could choose, it'd
You
be
don't have a voice?
Sam Elliott's.
Oh, dude, Sam Elliott. He
Really?
shaved his
Why that?
mustache, guys. He shaved his
Such
mustache.
It's a man of a man, dude. He shaved it.
He
I
shaved his
bet he
mustache.
regrets it.
The entire country regrets it. That mustache was a
That's-
national treasure. Surprised Nicolas Cage didn't steal it.
Hey, partner, you got any of that good sarsaparilla?
Did you guys see his
It's a
movie,
bad-
The Man Who Killed Adolf Hitler and Then Bigfoot? It's
No.
on Hulu. It's on Hulu, and it's basically just him, but it's actually pretty good.
Nice.
Man,
I'll
he
have to
is a
check it out.
good actor, dude. I'm
He
just
is.
thinking, like, have you guys seen The Ranch? It's like the latest of what he's been.
Yeah,
in.
I've heard a little
I've
bit.
been meaning to
Love
watch it.
Small
It's got,
clips.
like-
It was
Dude.
pretty good.
Dude, if they didn't have him playing Bo, I don't know if I'd like it. Because it would just be slapstick comedy. But slapstick comedy works when you got a guy like, Sam Elliott in there with his deep voice. It's like, fuck. It just works. It's a little
Yeah.
bit of everything.
I don't know.
I didn't like that they took off Rooster. Like, I guess he
It's
got.
also pretty goddamn good duo. Either
Yeah.
way.
Yep. Yeah. I didn't.
But yeah,
I don't know.
he's a
He
great guy.
did, like-
his role, he plays that role really well whenever he plays a Western cowboy
Yeah.
or anything along those lines. He could be playing a fucking barber. That dude would be the shit.
Be the barber.
Everybody would refer to every barber as Sam Elliott wannabe. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. This guy, like, you could have a barber that you've been going to for 20 years, and then Sam Elliott plays a role just now, like last week, and you'd be like, go back to him, and he'd be like, you just try to be like Sam Elliott, you son of a bitch. He'd be like, hey, you've been coming to me for 20 years. How am I supposed to be?
Exactly.
He sets
This
he
motherfucker
sets that
over here
precedent.
with his goddamn mustache trying to be like Sam Elliott. This son of a bitch trying as hard as he can to be a man's man. What the fuck? I bet you haven't had a 20-way with fucking 19 women. You're a piece of shit. Sam Elliott's done it.
Oh, dude, I bet he has. Roadhouse. What was his first film? Do you guys know?
I can look it up.
Oh shit, we need to look that up.
Give a
I'll look
giggle.
that up. I'll give it a
Oh,
gig.
just that black and white. No.
It had to have been a Western, man. I'm thinking
Mhm.
it was probably like a John Wayne type of, maybe not that old, but like one of those movies that's
he-
like Clint Eastwood or something.
He's been in 101 acting roles.
Nice.
His first
Just roles.
movie,
Wow.
yeah. His first movie was in 1967. It was called The Way West, and he was Missouri
West.
townsman.
Nice,
Okay.
nice.
The way
The
you
synopsis for this story is: in 1843, a former U.S. senator leads a wagon train of settlers to Oregon, but his megalomania leads to growing dissatisfaction with his leadership. Let's see, are there any good pictures? It's only like 4 pictures. I mean, it makes sense. It was from fucking 67.
Yeah.
Holy shit, is that Stephen Fry?
Oh,
No,
dude, I know
Robert,
that
that's-
actor.
No, that's Robert Mitchum. Never mind.
Oh, fuck Robert Mitchum fucking trying to suck Stephen Fry's dick and get up there in life. Fuck that.
What a fucking man.
Sam
love
Elliott, yeah, hell yeah,
Fucking
man.
Sam Elliott, dude.
They should speak his name like they do Chuck Norris. You know what I'm saying? Like Sam Elliott, man of men. He doesn't have to go around kicking people in the fucking head to prove his point. He'd just talk you. He'd be like, "Motherfucker, put down that gun." He'd be like, "Fuck, okay, you got it, man.
You're
I'm
right.
gonna put down that gun."
Copy.
I will.
Doing it. Just give me a second.
Sir, yes. And would you mind reading this novel to me because your voice is like butter in my fucking ears? This is great.
He is the white Morgan Freeman.
He is.
The white version of God's voice, right? Like Morgan Freeman's God's voice, and he's like, but if you're a little racist or a cracker, maybe you would like Sam
Maybe
Elliott.
you'd like to try Sam Elliott.
Of course. That's
shit.
fucking great.
Yeah, Mark, how close was I this morning?
Oh, you were trying to do that guy's voice. Yeah, that was. Damn, he got stuck in doing accents. Can you do it again, Jed, for everybody at home?
Oh yeah. So I just
great.
whenever I wake up and I still have some like phlegm in my throat, my voice is like even deeper than it normally is. And if I try to, I was like getting really close to a good James Earl Jones like Darth Vader. So it was like, I find your lack of faith disturbing, but like I couldn't quite get it, and I didn't want to like swallow and fuck it up.
It's deep and nice, but it's definitely not a man's voice. I can tell you that. It's not a like whatever you're trying to do, Jed. Kind of comes off like a guy that would suck a dick in an alley, but not, but not like give a reach around.
I can't
like
believe
not
you
a
say
man's
this.
man, but
You have disrespected me for the last time.
well, I may have disrespected you, but you still sound like a guy that would suck a dick in an alley and not give a reach around.
Well,
Like
I would
a true
totally give a
man.
reach around. Like I mean, if I was gonna do it. Also, first of all, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I want to no. Let's get into this, Mark. Let's get into this. So you're saying I'm not the kind of guy that would give a blowjob in an alley and give a reach around?
Oh, you would give a blowjob in an alley. You just wouldn't give the reach around later.
Hold on. If I'm blowing a dude, how am I supposed to give him a reach around?
You're misunderstanding what he's saying.
Later.
He said
Ah,
later.
But you're not. You're not. You're like,
I see
you
what
can't
you're
just blow a dude. Come on now. We all know that. You can't just have gay mouth sex. You have to go full into it.
Okay, so you're saying I would blow
not
the
know
dude,
that, Mark.
and
How
then
do you know
later when I'm plugging him,
No, you do.
I wouldn't give him a reach around?
When in Rome.
Exactly. You wouldn't even have the goddamn common courtesy of a real man to reach around
That guy died
and
recently.
just go to town.
Maybe it was a year
Okay.
ago.
Here's my question. Did he also give me a blowjob?
All right. I'm gonna shut this shit down real quick. This is pretty fucked, Jed.
This is pretty fucked, yeah.
You know that guy died like last year, maybe?
What guy?
Maybe it was a year ago. Mark
guy?
knows. The guy from fucking Full Metal Jacket, the sergeant.
Oh, yeah. He died,
Johnny.
and they had like a little fucking memorial. Couple guys put something together
shit.
here in Okinawa. Had like his painting, and people like talked about because he had showed up here a couple times and talked to different people. You know, he used to do tons of stuff with the Marines.
He was
He'd go
He
out,
actually
he'd
was
do
an instructor.
all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
He was never an actor. They actually got a real instructor, like a real drill
he
instructor.
acting. But yeah, he did great. And literally, you know, his roles. But yeah, he was a Marine, is what you're trying to say, I think.
Yeah,
Right? He took his experience and pushed the envelope really whenever he played any role, military related or anything like that. He was great.
Hey, guys, check out the chat. I just put in a couple old vintage Sam Elliott pictures.
Wonderful.
He's always looked awesome.
Boss as fuck, man.
He's always looked fucking awesome.
Yeah, but before we get off that topic onto another one or anything, that fucking guy, they had a memorial here for him, and he showed up like 1 or 2 times here. He went around to literally everybody he's seen. He was shaking hands. They played a big footage of it. Like, he wanted to make sure that he shook every Marine's hand and thanked them, you know, for becoming a Marine, for their service and everything. I really respect the guy. He got out but it really holds true with him. Once Marine, always Marine for him. It was fucking amazing. Because I've met a lot of guys that got out, and it's like, you were a fucking Marine, now you're just a fucking Stony McStone pants on the couch, or you're a Boozy McBoozerton, and
Yeah.
you talk shit on like what you've done in the military. You talk shit on your brothers and everything, and it's really fucked up. And you wouldn't go out of your way to drive the fucking vets to the, you know, vet hospital. What is that called? I'm sorry.
The VA.
Yay.
The VA, yeah. Duh. Of course. You wouldn't go out of your fucking way to drive the vets to the VA or something like that. Like, but
Yeah.
look at him. He didn't give a fuck. Like, he loved his Corps, and he fucking gave everything he had for it, and everybody loved him for it.
Yeah.
Quality guy.
Great man. Great man.
Yeah. I don't know. I think there's something about when people get out of the military and they've only served X amount of years, which is like 4 or 6. If it's 6, probably not, but like for me, it was 4, where it's like you didn't really see action. You kind of felt like you were just waiting your whole career to like do something cool, and nothing happened, and you're just like, fuck it, I'm out. That's kind of how I was. I was like, I had like tried to give a shit, right? And then it just got me nowhere. Or like I came close to like actually doing some cool shit, and then like, no, fucking got injured, and I was just like, I'm over it, I can actually do something cooler with my life. Like, there's more, the grass is greener on the outside. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, when I make fun of, I'll still make fun of like the Air Force and shit, just because I've been in and I went through it, and I can kind of have a viewpoint on things, but I'll never like disrespect anybody that serves at all, especially like, no, fuck that shit.
Yeah, of course. You don't like. I think anybody that does that is, pretty fucking low. But over here, I either know like some really young guys that are like, oh my god, what have I fucking done? Why am I in here? In the military. And then I know guys that did 20 years, did 22 years, did fucking as many years as they could get in, and then retired. And now they live here with their little Okinawan wife and shit. And there's I think what I can really say is you hit like a certain year mark, and it seems like people change drastically after they get out, rather than like while they're in, kind of thing. There was a guy, 8 years, and he's leaving out of here pretty soon, and he hates his fucking job. He hates his life. He fucking hates everything about it. And I was like, well, what do you like about it? Like, what can you say? Like, don't focus on the negative, obviously. And he just couldn't find anything. Like, I'm glad he's getting out. I'm really glad he's getting out, because to have that kind of person in, and then he's kind of a little, like, he's up there, I guess. I don't know what up there is, but he's he's higher ranked than most, I should say. And his business in order.
I think there might be a little expectation to it, like when you get a certain rank and you think like things are gonna change, they don't. Like when you put on like E5, you're like, all right, I could tell subordinates to do this and that, and like, get a little bit more respect. But for the most part, it's just like more shit like that you have to like chew and then spit out down on the other, the lower subordinates. So it's like, you're not really getting I think, like, honestly, the hardest ranks would be, I never made E5. I tested, but it was my first time. I didn't make it, and I was getting out anyways. I was like, man, just did my test. But I think like from people I know and the things I've seen, like probably the hardest ranks would be the like the E5, E6. So like probably if you had been in for 6 to 10, maybe. You know, uh, probably it would be hard because like you're in that time slot where like, you know, you're gonna retire. Are you gonna stay in this? And like, how much of a shit are you gonna give?
Yeah, if you're willing to put in more work than everybody else, is what I would word it like that. Like if you're willing to stay extra, if you're willing to sacrifice a lot of your time, and then sacrifice your home life and everything like that, like yeah, you're gonna make it. But that's true with damn near any field. So you can't look at the military as a job. You have to look at it as a lifestyle, really. So if you're willing to put in and like integrate yourself into the lifestyle, then you're gonna make it. I'm also not a military guy. I'm just looking from the outside, and that's what I can see.
Yeah.
Because literally all I see is military guys. Unfortunately, I don't see normal people anymore.
Damn. Huh.
You guys, I see you guys. That's about as normal as I get.
Yeah, I'm normal. I'm normal, huh?
yeah, that's about as normal as I get. Yeah.
Shit. I think my favorite. You were talking about people that you're like, yeah, there's definitely people that aren't cut out for it. Those people, like the first thing I think of is the people that are like, yeah, I couldn't join because I'd punch the instructor in the face. Like, dude, that shit always cracks me up. They're like, yeah, I would just get annoyed and punch the drill instructor in the face. I'm like, yeah, the fuck you would, dude.
I met those guys. There's no way you'd punch that dude because you don't have one of them in your face. You have about four of them in your face. I've met those. They're outside of work, pretty nice guys. Inside of work, yeah, no, just to talk to those guys in like a normal setting. Yeah, those some scary motherfuckers. Yeah, you ain't gonna punch nobody in the face. I remember.
Dude,
have you seen this viral video? It went viral quite a while ago. This guy called his what do you call him? His sergeant or whatever. He called him a fucking hoe. Dude fucking blasted him. He's like, I'm gonna fuck you up. Like threw him against, like grabbed him actually. Crazy. Oh, it was wonderful.
Oh shit, dude. I had this so my main instructors, I had two. This guy, I got kind of lucky as far as like the yelling goes. He tried to act tough, but you could tell like he was kind of acting, and it was just like it wasn't really genuine and organic. There was no like real like you weren't scared of this guy.
Yeah.
But the flight next to me, the other troops next to me, their MTI was fucking scary. First off, this motherfucker's name was Skull Teddy. Like Skull and then Teddy, like a teddy bear. Skull Teddy. That's his fucking legit name. On his shit. I think like the reason he got the job was because of the name. They looked at the name, they're like, oh shit, dude, yeah, we gotta get this guy in here. You'll scare the fuck out of these kids. And I remember this one time.
He legally changed his name to Skullfucker, is what I want to hear.
Yeah, right.
That's what, you get the job and you're like, okay, don't make the name tag just yet. I'm gonna go scare the shit out of everybody. 1 second.
So our regular instructor wasn't there, and neither was our backup. So like, Skull Teddy, fuckhead over across the way was like, yeah, I'll take care of him, and I was like, oh fuck, like
no.
Our MTI was like electrical. He was an electrical field, so like that was his previous job. So he was like a nerd. This guy was like getting blown up on the fucking battlefield. He was fucking taking shrapnel in the ass. Like this guy was in the shit, right? So fucking so we're all lined up. We have inspections. Okay, just so happened to be the day that our MTIs got out. They get this Skull Teddy guy to come in here and check out our shit. Well, this fucking guy, he was yelling at everybody, but like I was so busy preparing my own locker that I couldn't even pay attention to like what he was saying to the other people. All I knew was like I was counting the lockers until it was mine. I was like, fuck, 6. So I was like fucking like getting my shit. And I'll never forget, he made this fucking kid cry like right next to me. And this kid, it didn't look like a kid that would cry, right? And like, cause you could just tell, like you can look at a kid and you'd be like, all right, this guy's full of fucking, he's gonna cry. Yeah. And like, so this kid next to me, who to me was like, we were friends, and he was fucking like, I was like, damn, dude. And so what did he say to him? He said like, he had his socks rolled the wrong way or some shit, and he was like, fucking attention to detail. He was like, this'll get, he's like, I can't trust you downrange. You're gonna get me fucking killed. He's like, we're gonna get blown up with an IED and shit. He's like, this is fucking bullshit. He fucking threw it against the wall and like flipped his fucking bed. And I'm just like, fuck, dude. I hope I didn't roll a sock the wrong way. He's like, attention to fucking detail. This will get people killed. And then he moved on to me, and I think like I had some stupid like a speck on something or something. Nothing major. He like pretty much passed through me like without reaming me. And I was just like, fuck, dude, this guy, Jesus.
Cold sweat, you fucking wipe it away.
Yeah. Dude, it was fucking bad.
That's why you do it right the first time, right?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, don't fuck yourself.
Fuck,
I ran
Mark.
into a Japanese bra the other day. Like, every other word out of his mouth was like, yama, gaijin, what's up? What's up, gaijin? Konnichiwa, gaijin. Konnichiwa. I was like,
totally, bro.
Shut the fuck up, brah.
Bruh.
I don't know why. He was super fucking hammered. He was coming out of the bar close to my house. And we're just walking away. I was like, hey, I want some ice cream tonight. Going to the store, the convenience store, to get some ice cream. This dude comes out. He's like, I know really shitty English. Let me talk to you, brah. Let me blow this fucking cigarette in your face. Okay, dude, whatever.
Oh, thanks, brah.
Yeah, I'll tell you, being a foreigner, Lane doesn't deal with this. I know he doesn't deal with this because he has a fucking white face in a white face country. I have a pale face in a fucking Asian country full of fucking yellow and brown people. This shit doesn't really fly. Like, I can't just walk down the street and be all normal and shit. You see a whole bunch of old people that stare at you and like clutch their purse. They're like, oh, fucking American. And then
hey, fucking American.
They always assume you're American because of the fucking military base. They're like, he's a fucking American. I'm like, well, I am, but I could be anything. Fuck you guys. Like, you're a fucking dickhead. But
I
think
you
that's
get really
funny,
good, like
like
a Swedish accent.
I should try that, but
Just
then they
say
just
you're
hello,
fucking-
pizza blowout.
and
Yeah.
like they leave you alone.
Yeah.
But it's always like, here's the questions that come up. It's like, what country are you from? And then it's like, do you speak Japanese? No, I'm sorry. No, it goes, are you military? What country are you from? And it's like, if they answer that they're military, you obviously know they're from America. So I get the what country are you from, I guess. And then they want to know, do you speak Japanese? I'm like, well, actually, my wife is from here and I speak very little. Let's try this. Then they talk about how their fucking sister-in-law is living in Utah now or some bullshit after she divorced their brother or something. Yeah. Fun fact,
Crazy.
Whenever you live next to a military base, you find tons of people that have sisters and brothers that live in America. Fucking American military guys just snatch up all the good women that are around them. I swear to God. It's crazy. They either, some of them, which is very, very rare, and a lot of them move fucking their hot-ass wives back to America.
Hey.
It's a globalist conspiracy. America put all these bases around the fucking world. Jed, put on your hat. It's fucking true. It's barely a conspiracy. America put all these fucking bases in the world just so American dudes could go get puss. and fucking bring it back to America, all the hot puss, or they'd move to these countries, right? And impregnate as many women as possible, bring these kids up half whatever, half American, and then they would integrate to loving America in the society. That's what I'm thinking. That's my mental right
Hey,
now. That's what's going on. I swear to
America's
God.
playing the we're playing the long game, man. We get our people all over the world, and then the whole world's ours.
Exactly.
Playing the long
It's a
game.
very long game.
Hey, as long as we get the world in
Keep
the end.
that hat on, Jed. We just got cut off. Mark abruptly left. Something happened, and he's gonna tell us. It's crazy, I guess. Outside his house.
Yeah, outside my house right now. I don't know the best words to say this, but somebody was, I'm not sure what they were doing. Maybe they weren't doing anything. Maybe some road conditions were bad. I don't know. There was some rain earlier. Their vehicle was crashed uh, into the telephone pole, the wire electric pole or whatever. Yeah, I don't know what happened necessarily with them uh, or anything. The driver got out and seemed fine, and then the passenger in the back seat was okay, but his friends all came. They were very close, the lead car and the follow car for him, and they seemed all right. They came really quick. They pulled the car out of where it was at. I don't know what happened exactly. My power and my entire internet, everything, I guess, whatever, went out for 5 seconds or so, and it's okay now. I think it might go out again. I don't know what entirely is going on. They're not touching the pole right now, but there's tons of and they're helping, they're assisting in the scene. Yeah, I don't. It's ridiculous, ridiculous. There's a little bit of chaos out there, but I think the driver and his guys have everything under control, more so than the police officers that are there. Yeah, because the police officers seem a little shocked and are stepping down, I guess, in the role of taking care of everything.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah,
Is that all you can say, Mark?
that's all I can. If you guys want to fill in the blanks, feel free.
Oh, me?
Oh yeah,
Am
you
I
can
good
do
to
do whatever you fucking want. Fill in the blanks. I just want to know that. I just want you to know that uh, these people were the craziest people ever in the history of the organization, because mainland tried to come in to Okinawa and they were throwing hand grenades into their children's bedrooms. So, feel free to do what you want with that information.
Uh,
I'm gonna step back and I'm not gonna talk any fucking more about it.
I think folks can do their research on the bad people in Japan. Rhymes with Mahakufla. I don't know. It rhymes with Kazuma. I don't know how to say it. If you don't know by now,
like what are those hot tubs called? Jacuzzi.
but it's
a little bit different.
Yeah,
there's not so much of a E at the end as there is a ah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
so that just happened outside the fucking house. That was crazy.
So basically, just a car hit the electric pole.
Yeah. Yep. Car hit the electric pole.
You know what? We're gonna.
And everything's okay now. There's nothing has went wrong. And I'm not being forced to say this at all. Like everything's okay.
Mark, we'll talk about this when we get done recording, because I do want to know what the fuck. Because the way you were, your face, I could tell was before we even started recording.
Don't fuck with
again.
those people, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
So yeah, we'll not
Okay.
discuss this on here.
Let's just say this: some Japanese people, most, don't come off as very tough men, and then there's some very non-tough looking men. There's some very Japanese, very tough. Let's just say that. And you don't fuck with those guys.
All right. Well, yeah, we can move on from that then.
All right.
So Jed,
what's up? We were talking about your
yeah.
conspiracy.
I have.
But
This is just something that I always come up with a little craziness. The universe is crazy. So
Yeah.
Here's like a theory I have. It kind of deals with the Matrix, right? But more symbolism, right? So we have the pyramid, okay? So the pyramid starts at the top and it gets, wider as it goes. And so what I was thinking of is like when life was started, almost like there's many ways you could take this, right? But like, so life was started and then, evolution kicks in. And then I think you get to a point where we're coming at it right now with artificial intelligence and computers to where you can eventually be able to download your consciousness into a computer and then it would kind of put you in a new universe, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking like maybe we're in like the 7th universe or whatever that we've encountered. And like every time you die, you would go to a new universe. So like it's just part of a pyramid, right? And you just keep getting further and further down each life or each evolution. So like our evolution, right? We've had, the computer, which was, when was a computer? Like 1960s, kind of, right? This is 60s. And it's like,
well, if you really think about it, we talk about computing in the sense of the first computer with computing numbers and stuff. During the war effort in World War II, a British man that was a homosexual invented the first computer, if we think so, of it like that. There's a whole movie about it, if you didn't know. But yeah, to decode the.
Oh, you're talking about yeah, I know what you're talking about. I guess that's a computer. It was like it was to decode codes. It's just to decode. But yeah, and like you find all these ancient Egypt artifacts, and there was one that had a cell phone. Did you guys see the cell phone that was in the rock? It was like embedded in the rock and shit. And then like I don't know. I think it's just I think you have to throw that shit out there, right? Like the pyramid. You have like if you create a universe, you need to leave behind some kind of like symbol. And like a pyramid is a perfect symbol for like the scales of, whether it be society or the scales of like stages of the universe, or not the universe, but like what would you call it? Of the multiverse, right? So like each stage it would just go evolution, computers, new universe. And in that new universe, you start over. Evolution, computers, new universe.
Well, not computers every time, but yeah.
Yeah, technology, or maybe.
Well, like what else would do that, right?
I mean, I guess we think of it as computers because I think of like the most advanced technology that we think of is something with computers, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is like we get to the stage of computers, and from that stage, it's a short period of like what we've had less than 100 years, and we've already got artificial intelligence. It's like Okay, shit's
not
coming
directly.
up here. Yeah, we do. We have artificial intelligence.
Not
Yeah.
real artificial
Have you seen
intelligence.
the Go, the computer that does chess that like taught itself chess, and then it's like it beat like the best chess player, and then it beat like it took it was like his historical, monumental, like because it knew nothing, it self-learned, and then it beat a computer that was mainly made to outbeat any computer that would play
Play
chess
chess.
with it. So it was like
Mm.
it's so advanced. It projected every move that computer was gonna make because it had a more powerful. It I don't know, dude. Technology, but
Yeah. And
um,
that's the beauty of AI. Like we're getting so more advanced. Like there's AI in my fucking AC unit. It can track where I go, the patterns I make, like when walking in my house, and like how to cool the room, and it learns as it works. Okay,
yeah,
fucking crazy, kind of scary, a little bit, but that's going on, as and then other, everything's coming of AI, right? Like your little okay Google or something like that
yeah, dude.
is learning what you say and then like what you like. So say you say like okay Google 70s music, they're going to play
Right,
something that kind of skews towards your liking, right? As you go. And like this AI technology is building and building and
dude.
building.
What scares me is that the merge, the singularity. That is what scares me because like what is Google doing with all the information? Like what they do in theory type of deal, but like my thing is like people people want gadgets, people want gimmicks, right? People want little things they can fuck with. People want life to be easier, right? Which, in essence, why not? That should be a key to life, making life a little more enjoyable, pursuit of happiness, shit like that. But it's like, whoa. I feel like they have a plan to where like every item you use, they can just it's building up to where we are going to be so reliant on it that like if it was taken away, we would just be completely lost. And it's like we're in like a stage of not even needing the technology or not even wanting it, but like needing it. You know what I mean? And eventually it's going to be like that way, like banking or any really I could get into like all the shit that we use that if we didn't have our AI or at least like high powered computers, we would not function as a fucking society. And it's slowly moving that way. It's like, fuck, you can't just have, the old street lights with sensors. You have to have like, it's just moving into this 5G type of, uh, I don't know, almost feeling like an artificial world. It's just weird, crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we're just scratching the surface on what AI can do. Like, imagine if you program some AI to just do, like anybody could do this, right? You program some AI to just do like banking and financial algorithms, right? Study the market and like try to predict. I understand like even the professionals do that and they come out as dumb as shit whenever it comes to stocks.
Yeah.
And a fucking monkey can do better, right? But if you really let an AI like go to town on that, think about the person that invents that technology, right? Like really works on that AI technology. They could use that to perpetuate wealth for themselves and their entire fucking country, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like
Uh,
if we really hammer in on those things, or somebody decided to take AI to the next level, uh, towards that direction. And I think, are we ready for those things though? Are we ready to be the next gods of computers, we could say, or
Yeah.
the next level of nobody has to work because AI computers do everything for us. We can just sit around and get fat, lazy, fuck as many porn stars as we want.
Well,
and
Wall-E.
computers just fucking Wall-E. Yeah, of course. We could be in this dystopia of Wall-E world. I mean, if we program AI, can it help us with global warming? Can it think about it before we can?
Yeah.
I
So
mean, you brought up
what I imagine is going to happen eventually is that all the jobs that can't be done by AI will be, because after like a certain amount of like security protocols and firewalls and all that kind of stuff, it's the safest way to do things, because they'll do it the same way every time, and they won't be tempted to do anything different for any reason because that's outside their programming, right? So like a financing AI, without any bugs or nobody hacking it should never corrupt where that money is going, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Which
nice
would
and
be
safe,
wonderful.
right? You know, the AI isn't going to fall on hard times and want to skim a little off the top. AI doesn't care. AI doesn't need anything. So, in some instances it's good. In other instances, AI just can't do it. I don't think AI will ever replace childcare or even education,
Mm-hmm.
because AI can't. I don't think AI is going to be able to adapt to helping somebody understand something as opposed to somebody else and how they understand it.
I think that it could, if it
could.
had models, if it had enough models of
Yeah.
okay, this is what the kid said, this is how long it took for the kid to say it, this is the type of brain this kid has matched with other kids' responses that we've already had, this is why this is the response that we got from him, so this is what we need to do, this is the most effective that we've pulled up in our screen, like this is how, the success rate, they have all the statistics, they have all the numbers, they know exactly what to say to get you to learn something. Like, and Mark, you brought up a good point with marketing. Like, that would be a huge change. Like, so that's what I was talking about earlier with the singularity, is that there's a notion, a conspiracy that they want to predict with AI like the future, basically. They basically want to predict the future. They want, so like, the Neuralink that I was talking about, where it goes into your head and like, you can download shit like that. Yeah. Well, like, what would they do with that information if they knew your every move before you did, or like anything like that, and they collected it in one hive mind, like to where they could predict the market. They're like, hey, in 20 fucking whatever, this is gonna be it or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think the only thing stopping that would be
This
free
shoe
will.
company is gonna blow up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the only thing
Also, I
stopping
think,
that would be free will, though, is like,
Yeah.
because unless they had some kind of AI thing that would like dim down your free will to the point where it's like you're kind of robotic, like they could tell you what to do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
think
I think AI will work its way into that, right? Like, it doesn't say.
Terminator, man.
Yeah.
Like, why do we have all these movies and symbols and shit? Is my thing. Is like, yeah, they're entertaining, they're fun, they're great, they're creative, but it's like there's a message to it too that like you can set aside as like a joke and be like, yeah, yeah, that would be some shit if that happened. But it's like all it takes is one fucking mastermind, evil, evil guy with
all it takes
money,
is one guy trying to do something and not realizing how bad it can go.
or realizing
Yeah.
it and not giving a fuck because there's
True
money
shit.
involved.
True shit.
Power
But
is power.
I
Power.
think so. Like as we go toward the more like automated age, in order to like avoid that like Wall-E situation, we have to start pushing the frontier a little bit more. As more people get out of jobs that are being taken away by AI, they have to go into jobs that push what's new. You know, like explore stuff that AI can't do. Start thinking about bigger questions, move on to broader fields. advanced technology even more.
Yeah.
That's what it has to
could
be.
you
We
guys
also have
imagine?
to be going forward. We can't get stagnant.
Well, before we get
Exactly.
off this,
Because you
one
gotta be
last one.
creative. If
Yeah.
creative don't have creativity, like what are we doing? Because like if AIs were working for like all the jobs that we have, right? Everything's free, right? The big government takes care of us or whatever, which fucking me, that'll never happen. And I'm but so the robots are working, they're the only ones working. We're chilling, right? We have more time to be more creative.
Yeah.
Spend time with family, enjoy life.
Advanced culture.
Yeah, but at a certain point it's like, okay, we gotta have the next greatest technology. It's like, fuck, dude. We're just working even more hard for the next greatest technology. It's like, what's that gonna be? What could be after that? What could be after AI except to merge into like, because I'm a video game guy. I can play video games. So like, what would
Is
be
your
the
life
next?
so bad that you want to merge into a computer?
That's where exactly. But it's like, have you ever tried the HTC Vives or like the optical Oculus Rift, where it's
No.
like VR?
No.
Dude, I went into one of those things and it felt like I was in an entire new universe. It was impressive as fuck. It was impressive as shit, but it like scared me when I took it off. I was like, fuck, because I was in it for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And dude, I got so much done in 20 minutes in that game. I was like, fuck, that was only 20 minutes. I had to like give it back to my friend because I borrowed it from my friend. I was like, dude, take this. Like this shit is. It was like a trip. It's like you're on like an acid trip or something. You could do whatever the fuck you wanted. It's just like.
Yeah.
It's like.
I've seen companies that have taken that to the next level. I don't know if you guys know, but I really want to do it. Actually, it excites me. So you put on the VR, right? And they have a whole warehouse that's set up where you can, you play this game or whatever, or you do this task, or you go through this obstacle course, and it like what you see is not what actually is around you. Like they've just put these foam or like padded walls up that you're running through, and what you see is like maybe let's just say it's Nazi zombies from Call of Duty, okay? And you pick up this fake, it's a fake gun, but it has weight, it feels like the real thing that's in the game, okay?
Yeah.
And you're really holding, you feel like you're really holding that, right? And you're going through, you're repairing the fucking walls, to keep everything out. You have to go over the obstacle, which is just a padded little square, but in your vision in this game, you see it as like a fucking XYZ car or whatever, right? And you're running through that, and then they're blasting smells, and that literally is taking your reality and turning it into entirely something else. They're putting you in an entirely different environment. That shit is fucking awesome. I can't believe that they're doing that now. That's like has changed the fucking game. It's like $200 an hour. I was like, I will pay $5,000 an hour just to experience that fucking shit. That sounds awesome. Oh, I'm so stoked for it. They've just been doing it. Like I've seen it in California a little bit, in like China and Taiwan and Hong Kong and shit. But nuts. You're muted. All right.
What scares me is like that's actually what we are in right now. You know what I mean? Like, because like if you talk to people that have done like DMT or anything like that, like ayahuasca, it's like they say like a veil is lifted and they go to like a new place that like they have like an out of body experience and they go to like a universe that they are familiar with. And they like when they get shot back in their bodies, they're like, I didn't spend enough time there. Like it was a familiar place. I've been here before. Like there's a familiarity about it, and they always run into an entity that they've met before, like a spirit that they've met before, and they don't know. And it's such a, I don't know. You would just have to look at that up, but yeah, like, and the reason I say like, oh, this is like kind of like makes me think this is what we're in is because it's like people are so attracted to it, like yourself. You said, which I was like not really surprised, but was when you were like, I would pay $5,000 for that. It's like, what would be the cost? People would be willing to make if they tried this? Would they go like, what if they were like, hey, Mark, like before you were born, right? Like, let's just say, Mark, before you were born, they said, Mark, how many years would you like to be in this program? And you were like, oh, I'll live to be fucking 60 or whatever. They're like, okay, it's going to cost this much. Okay. And it's like, do you want to know? It's like, what if you got to choose too your storyline? It's like, Mark, what do you want to do? It's like, dude, I would love to get an Asian wife, live in Okinawa, and fucking be on the Gentleman's Bureau. They're like, we got you. That'll be, and they're just like taxing it up. They're like,
and then they just give him $3,000 because hanging out with us is payment enough.
Right. And they're like, oh, well, we have a universe here. It's Earth. Okay. It's you're gonna be going into the year 1990. What year were you born, Mark? 1993. They'd be like, all right, you're going into the year 1993. All right, you've paid this amount. All right, cool, awesome. Have a good time, and yeah, thanks for your money. And then that, who the fuck? Who knows, dude? You know what I mean?
That'd be so dope. Like,
would it?
Like,
and then like you got out of it, right? And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I come out and I'm like, fucking not even 15 years old. And I'm like, that was pretty cool. I go out to the real world. It's fucking nothing like this. It's terrible, right? It's worse than this, which is pretty hard to imagine right now.
Well, that's what happened in the Matrix.
Yeah, it's worse than this. Right?
Just
it's like, oh shit, I could have had it. I could have had it made.
Seriously, if the robots, because like think about it, who would be calling the shots if you're a okay, so let's go back to this. So you got the workers, right? They're gone. It's just robots, right? Mm-hmm. So who the fuck is in charge of the AI robots that are producing everything? What, the government? What, one company? You know what I mean? So it's like, what would be it's like, what's that company doing? You know what I mean? Like, and if the company was in it for, I guess it would just depend. Like, if everybody was into this thing, if everybody was like, yeah, let's get into the virtual reality shit, right? Everybody, right? And they get launched into this, what I had discussed with you, Mark, like, what do you want? Blah, 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 blah. And then they shoot you in. Yeah. And you get out of it. It's like you had no,
right?
Yeah, right. And it's like the time that you spent here, when you get out, it's like, oh shit, they just ruined the Earth or whatever universe you're in. And like I had no say because I was in this VR thing. It's like, damn, I've been bamboozled. Like, fuck. And they're like, ha ha ha. They're rolling in their fucking money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So while you were talking, I had two main thoughts about it. Like the first one was like Roy, like the game Roy from Rick and Morty, where like he goes in and he does like a whole life and then he dies. And he's like, holy shit, I forgot, I'm not Roy, right?
Yeah.
And the second one was like, what if back during like so like I was thinking like Vault Tech from the Fallout series. And like, they had all these crazy experiments planned for these vaults, and they had no problem getting people for them because the nukes went off. Everybody ran to the shelters, and they was like, "We don't know what to do. Oh my God, we're all gonna die." And then these Vault Tech employees are like, "Right this fucking way. Right. Hop in this cryostasis chamber. You'll be safe." And then they fucking experimented on them. So like, what if back during the Cold War they did that, and then they just booted everybody into the system?
Damn, that's crazy too, bro.
Yeah. Oh, people are just farmed out like cattle, right? Using men for their sperm and women for what, milk? I don't know. What are women good at? Can't remember. But yeah, just using men for their funny ass jokes and their semen, and fucking women for whatever else happens with life.
Interior design. I don't know.
Interior design. Yeah. And there's crazy elite people, and we're just cattle for the fodder. Yeah.
So I can't can't claim this as my theory. This was something that I read online, but I definitely liked it a lot. So the general idea is that the entire universe is an egg to mature a single being. So the idea is that throughout all of time, you, me, whoever, the one, Neo, is everyone. I'm Lane, I'm Mark, I'm me, I'm you, I'm my mom, I'm my dad, I'm Jesus Christ. I'm everybody. But like not in order. I'm not the first person and then the second person and then the third person. I'm not like that. No, it's you bounce around. Because as you reincarnate into a new person, you are maturing as the ultimate being that you are. So the idea would be that your last life would be, Jesus Christ or whoever, is the most holy or devout person in your religion,
So you would start with Hitler. I would assume.
I don't know. I
start
think
with it. Holy
now,
shit.
okay, now, let's not let this get taken out of context. I think there are worse people than Hitler.
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
like Mao Zedong was pretty bad. Stalin was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But so the whole idea is that at the end, after you've been every single person throughout all of time, you've matured and you've become the adult version of whatever bigger being you were. And when you die, you have to go to this other plane, and this other creature would be kind of explain to you a little bit while you're resurrecting as the new person. But then when you're done, all of the memory comes flooding back to you, and you have the knowledge of all the good that you did, of all the bad that you did, of all the times that you wronged yourself.
Yeah.
It's if you're every single person, and you go punch somebody in the face for no reason, you just punched yourself in the face, man.
Yeah, that's
kill somebody, you just killed yourself, bro. Come on. So it's kind of
where do you rank a person that's homeless and a crack addict but has a giant wiener?
Well, it comes down to character, not.
What a great question in this deep dive of intellectual minds.
Yeah, of course.
This guy's got a huge dick.
Okay. Let me ask you this.
Dick, but you're really low in life, right?
Why would that?
So you're happy, but you also are homeless.
I would not be happy. I would not be happy.
It's a fucking joke, dude.
I feel like if your dick was big enough, you wouldn't be homeless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, of course. Maybe Jed has a point. If your dick is huge, maybe you can wash once in a while because you're not homeless.
Eventually you can just get under the dick, live under the dick.
Live under the dick. Yeah.
Just stretch out that skin, get some clothespins on it. You're good.
I think I'm just too. Maybe I'm attached to the idea of a soul. That we all have a soul, and that soul
is the same
is
soul.
Well, yeah, that would be it in your scenario, right? That would be the
and
case.
It's a little bit bigger, a little an extra piece, every life, extra piece.
You mature, yeah.
And this piece is that life, right? So you picture your soul as,
a jigsaw puzzle, a huge jigsaw puzzle.
Right. And then, this little piece when you die, when I die, a part of the jigsaw puzzle goes into this however many people there are in the world, or will be. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That would take. Oh man.
All of time.
What happens when you're done? You hit Jesus Christ. Now what?
Who knows, man?
Yeah, start back over. Nice. Knowing you, Hitler.
Fuck yeah. That's exactly it. You gotta relive as the bastard son. How many times before you become the,
prodigal son.
Prodigal son. Yeah, there we go.
I don't know, man. Like I said, it's just a theory.
Right.
I'm not I don't have the answer to your question.
You have all the answers for us. Now tell us.
What?
Got questions.
We're living in reverse.
Hey. If you want to know the answer to life, the ultimate question, the purpose, the answer is 42, okay? It's 42, and I can't be better than that. That's the best answer I can give you. 42.
I don't.
43.
Okay, so,
take it or leave it.
Lane, did you not
Jed
get the reference?
Explain this theory that he likes.
No,
for
I
religion.
didn't. 42. I don't know. What the fuck's that mean? 42.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Never
Oh
seen it.
yeah. The supercomputer that
Fucking watch
computes
it.
what the answer to life is, and it's just 42.
It takes like fucking like 1,000 years, and they're like, "Oh, great computer, we have waited a millennia for the answer to the ultimate question, the meaning of life, the purpose of existence." The answer is 42.
Fuck
fuck?
that.
That would be fucked.
Yeah, dude. No,
Shit.
great
Ah.
books by Douglas Adam. Read them. There's actually 6 in a loose series, starting with
No,
Hitchhiker's Guide to
they're
Sea.
not. They're not great books. No, because I listened to that shit and it was terrible.
Maybe because you
Um,
listened to him.
I'll agree to disagree.
Maybe.
No, I also
the
listen to
movie.
the
The movie
audiobooks.
was great. The series was great. Wonderful. I loved watching it. Actually, like doing audiobook, I fucking hated it.
Yeah, if you don't have the
like
right
the audiobook.
voice, like if you don't have Sam Elliott in there
No,
narrating,
dude, Stephen Fry.
then
It was Stephen Fry. It was awesome.
I hate it. I got it free from Audible, and I fucking hated it.
I liked it. Maybe you just got the wrong copy.
Maybe like because they talk in that nonsense voice, and I'm like, I can't do this.
Nonsense voice.
And it's like, oh no, I can't do this.
English. He's used to Japanese. I got it.
Oh,
No, God damn it.
You're
Yeah,
talking
just-
this.
yeah.
They're
Just for all the
horrible.
people that,
speaking
Gibberish.
for all of
Southern
our,
American.
for all of our viewers that don't have access to our Snapchat group, Mark doesn't speak English anymore.
Yeah,
It's like
it's
so
everything.
broken. It's like, what the fuck happened to you over there?
Dude, it's like he's a
Crash,
Japanese
bang.
person who knows little English. That's how it is now. It's like when he
Power
types,
gone.
I'm like,
Like,
what?
the fuck?
I speak less English than a fucking shut-in. I swear to God. The only person I speak English with is my fucking wife. I don't even. I watch like Japanese fucking TV all the time. Like I don't really watch English shows. Like I watched South Park the other day. That was the first time I watched South Park in probably 3 years. Shit you not. It was fucking ridiculous.
Damn.
Like I mean, I
You're supposed
listen
to
to
feel
English
bad
music,
for him
that's
now.
about- That's about the extent. Like I really try to get immersed into Japanese, like speaking Japanese and everything. It's super fucking hard. And yeah, I come back to you guys and I fucking sound like a retard.
Here's my
With my-
thing.
Fucking ridiculous.
Here's my thing. You had 18 years at least in the States of reading and writing, and you threw it out the window, it seems. Because every time I go to read what your reply says, it's like some jibber jab, mixed words. It's so bad. It's like a Japanese person using a translate that's not even Google Translate. It's like a shitty translate that like just came out and like they have no idea how to translate. They've got a few words that they're like honed in and they're just like, oh, here's the sentence.
Okay, so
I've
what
No
really-
offense.
I
but-
fucked some shit
holy
up,
shit,
I'll
Mark.
give you that on there. But honestly, whenever I'm just like, what are you guys doing? You're like, what the fuck is wrong with Mark? I'm like, is he fucking with me right now? Like, I know that's English.
Oh,
Where are you guys doing? Ah, fuck me, god damn it.
right?
What?
So what
Here.
I'm taking from this is that Gentleman's Bureau is actually just keeping Mark in being able to speak English.
yeah, that's the
Yeah,
core.
This is
Yeah,
your therapy. Welcome to your intervention. It's because we care.
that's what I've gathered. Okay, so for instance, I'm gonna scroll through and find some gems for you guys, and then
Yeah.
I'll post it up.
Fucking dick.
I'll post it up just to. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, so tomorrow for sure. Yeah. Okay, this is Mark speaking. Okay, I only mad if half. Okay, instead of spelling half, he spelled it HAFE. Okay, only mad if halfway and had to turn that shit off. And then underneath it just says made. Okay,
You only made it
then, like,
halfway and had to shoot the debate
yeah.
off.
that's what he meant to say is I only made it halfway and had to turn that shit off. Okay.
Fuck
There's
you.
Hey,
that's just one
I
gem.
only made it half.
We've got
I
a
only
whole
made it halfway.
slew. We got a whole slew in here that I'll show you
Fucking
some.
fucking Fucking Lane. Gotta call Mark out on his bullshit. Well, you know what? You know what? Lane's not a virgin whenever he got married. Fuck him.
And you were?
Hey, I'm a fucking saint, man. Those 3 kids, nobody can prove they're mine.
Those
Fuck
3
that.
kids, those allegations. Man, fuck those bitches. I ain't never even met them in my life. Never met them.
They don't even know who their dad is. Fuck them.
Oh my god, dude. Have you guys seen the that TikTok? Well, I don't know if it was a TikTok. I assume it was a TikTok because that was like the thing to do now. But the TikTok where it's Fleetwood Mac and like people skateboarding and fucking having drinking cranberry juice, dude, that has me addicted to Dreams so much, dude. I'm listening to Dreams every day now.
Oh. I didn't even realize what song it was because I didn't hear the whole fucking album to it along with that song. My old man. I love the
Oh my
guy.
god.
This fucking dude would never he would capture you in and he wouldn't let you go. Like my dad was, I don't know, anybody that's listening at home, my dad, fucking legend. He could talk your ear off about literally music, anything in music for your entire life and only be halfway through what he was saying.
Yeah.
I swear to God. And like I heard the song and I seen the fucking dude strolling down the street with his cranberry juice. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. What is that song? I was like, what the fuck? No, I have to listen to the whole album to realize what song it was because my old man sat me down whenever I was like fucking maybe 10. I don't even know. He's like, hey, we're going to listen to this album on vinyl because apparently to him, vinyl, there's nothing but vinyl. Like vinyl's what everybody should be on. You feel the warmth of the album. It's like making love to your ears. Like that's just him, man. And I know Lane has at least sat down in that basement and listened to 2 albums or 3.
I'm sorry, man. I'm fucking getting emotional.
I get it, man. I fucking get it because I don't know how many fucking times the old man sat me down, took strangers, like just friends I brought over or somebody, sat them down and like made them go through basically music theory class on a fucking album. And this fucking.
Oh man. I know, that's it. That's it.
We're gonna okay. I'll just keep it to the Fleetwood Mac album right there. Rumors, man. Starting off secondhand news, fucking, and he makes you like really think about it. He's like, think about the lyrics. Like you don't just listen to it. Hear the music. Let it come over you.
Exactly.
You would think the dude was fucking high out of his mind, but he was sober as a jaybird, man. And he's like, okay, you need to think about this album. You need to think about the emotion that's going into this because this is an emotional album. Like, there's a lot of albums that people don't give a shit about. There's a lot of music that people don't give a shit about. They just make it and it goes through the ringer.
Nowadays music.
But this album, 1977, if you don't know, Fleetwood Mac is a very emotionally charged album. They've put every single bit of their soul into this fucking album. And if it takes you through an emotional roller coaster of being in a relationship, breaking up, like that's really what the album speaks to. The whole album, every song is about like the steps of a breakup, pretty much.
Yeah.
And that song that they have right now, like that has everybody addicted to it. I'm loving the fact that everybody loves Stevie Nicks again, right? And you really think about those fucking lyrics, like just the first ones we'll talk about. You say again that you want your freedom. Who am I to hold you down? She's talking about like, maybe a lover or whatever, he wants to go. Like, I can't keep you here. You're taking those steps away, I'm gonna let you go, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it fucking just those words alone, you could just take those words, sit there, and really resonate on what it is to hold somebody back and not even know it, or to know it, or just be somebody's rock and actually hold them down. And they want freedom. They want to go. They want to expand themselves, like Jed's egg theory, right? They want to be the better person. They want to grow. Who am I to hold you down? Of course. And then we go on to the rest of the fucking song. That's just a little chunk. And there's just so much emotion from that entire song like that. It's crazy. And my old man, I fucking, God rest his soul, he would sit us down. I remember my little brother even got it so much worse than me, because he would be like, hey, I remember he sat him down. He's like, I just got the entire works of Rush on vinyl. We're doing this best of Rush. And you wouldn't be fucked up, you wouldn't be drinking, you wouldn't be doing anything. You'd just be actually sitting there and listening to the album and like really understanding everything. It's an experience that I wish for everybody, and I wish that nobody actually has to do, because it'll really hit you deep. Like anytime you hear something, it'll take you back to another place for sure.
I was gonna say, I brought it up because I was gonna touch upon like being down in that basement and like him. I remember your dad was talking about like vinyl's the fucking shit, dude, and like he had a whole vinyl collection and someone stole it. And I'm sure you've heard that story, like his buddies or somebody like took it or sold it and whatever. But I remember that album Rush. I think me and Logan both got the lecture. But like I say lecture, but it was fun. It was awesome because like we were down there. Like, it was awesome. Yeah. And he was so knowledgeable, and like he was talking about 2112, the song by Rush, 2112. And he was talking about like he was explaining to us the lyrics because he knew we didn't have the it was almost like he was putting on a show, like a movie for us in our head, because what we were doing was we could not disseminate the two. We could not listen to the beat and put the words together. We could either listen to the words or put the beat together. I don't know if that was because we weren't. It's like he said, listen, what he's talking about is a guitar. And I'm like, what do you fucking mean, man? He's just playing in the thing. He's like, what could this strange device be? When I touch it, it brings forth sound. It's got wires that vibrate and bring music. What could this strange thing be that I found, or whatever? And then I was like, oh, yeah, he is talking about a guitar. And then it shows the guitar, you hear it, the guitar. It goes, dun, dun, dun. And I'm like, damn. I was like, this is fucking good music, like that's what really kicked it. I resonated, man, because like he really did, like you said, he made you sit down. He made you fucking think about both the tune and the the lyrics, and there was a message, to everything. And for him to break down 2112, you know how long that fucking song is? 2112, dude. It's 12 minutes. I want to say 12 minutes off the top of my head, but like
I think the entire album's like 40 minutes and it has like 6-7 songs on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like Rush was really good about that stuff too, and they were good about like they'd make a really weird message, like the story that they told was always kind of like weird and out there. But the third time you actually like listen to it, you're like, this is all a big fucking metaphor.
Right.
What the fuck?
My dad wanted to speed that process up. He wanted to make sure you got that process like the first or second time.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. That was in your room, Mark. I think we were listening to it or something. Because you had a record player, didn't you? Or a vinyl?
Yeah, I had bought one and everything, and he's like, "Fuck this guy! having a fucking record. I remember he took it out of my room. He's like, I don't give a fuck if it's yours, my house, your room, whatever. Who gives a shit? And then he put it in his bar area.
Yeah,
And,
So
yeah.
far
He sure
away though,
did.
wasn't it? From your
oh
room.
yeah, like what, 20 steps, whatever. Fuck.
Right. Oh no,
Yeah.
big wheel.
Dude,
Yeah.
that was so fucking cool. You guys had a bar. Like, I forget how fucking cool that house was. And like,
Well, yeah, it was like, even now I think of it, it's like, I don't know, that's home, man. It's a lot of life in that house. It's not just, people coming together to live. It's the house has a life of its own kind of thing. It was my dad's, sanctuary. Like, he didn't want to leave that place ever. Like, and my mom, and she doesn't want to leave that place ever. Like, that bar is not just a bar. If you guys know, or if you don't know,
they
my
used to run.
owned a bar and a hotel kind of combo, and that's not actually a bar. It was the hotel counter that they turned into a bar. Yeah, it's crazy.
Very cool.
Dude, I
Yeah,
always hung out at fucking, literally, ask Mark. Like, I would never not be there. And like, I didn't come from a family that was too big into music. Yeah, like my dad listened to like a little bit of rock and shit, but like as far as like the old shit, I learned from Big Mark and fucking being at the house. And then Mike, which is a guy who lived there, and he taught me about, Ozzy and all sorts of other. So like my music, the love for music came from that. So that's
Yeah.
why I got so fucking emotional there, man. Cause like, I don't know, you just brought shit back. So
It's
yeah.
it's hard. It's
I
hard.
wasn't out nearly as much as Lane, but I was still out there quite a bit. I can honestly say I've never spent more than 10 seconds in your living room.
Yeah,
We'd always just walk right through it. We might hang out in the den, might hang out in the kitchen, might hang out in the basement. But we never hung out in the living room, ever.
because nobody's gonna sit and watch a fucking movie at my house, man. Nobody's gonna watch the news. Like, everybody's gonna go, and we're gonna have conversation down in the basement. We're gonna listen to music. We're gonna fucking do XYZ. I know, man.
Yeah.
God, if we're watching a movie, it's because my dad got the newest fucking DVD. Oh my God, this guy was technologically impaired, man. He's like, I found a DVD of Darius Rucker playing a concert. You should watch it, dude. And he'd be like, oh man, you see that? He's up on the speaker, he's throwing his hands up. Everybody loves it. That's fucking cool. Now, why he's doing that is so everybody in the back row can feel like they're in the front row. Like, you make everybody see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, he knew it. He knew it. He knew all that shit. I had the toughest time. I would come back home during college, and I mean, I wouldn't tell anybody I was coming back home, and all my friends would be in the fucking basement at the bar, hanging out with my dad, drinking and shit. I'd be like, oh, I just came home. Everybody's here already. Did my dad tell you I was coming? He's like, no, we just came to hang out with your dad and listen to fucking this Led Zeppelin album on repeat.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Jed worked over at Bureau County Pool Builders. My dad did for a long time.
Yeah.
And met a lot of good guys, and he became like their mentor, I'd say. He fucking got into this heated argument about Bach and Beethoven, right? And it was like oh my God, my old man could listen to anything, right? He's in this fucking conversation about Bach and Beethoven with this fucking younger guy. Jed will know him. His name is Justin. Yeah, beautiful. Fucking Justin comes out. He's like, after work, you're coming over to my house. We're listening to fucking both albums. I'm gonna tell you why this is better than this. And like, he made Justin sit down. And he's like, all right, we gotta start. He starts the album, and Justin's like, all right, I'm gonna spark up this fucking bowl. He's like, you have to listen to this sober first. You have to understand the entire context of this right here. Just like, what the fuck? Thought we were getting high. Fuck this shit. Fuck, goddammit.
Oh, we're getting high.
Like, no. We're trying sobriety first, buddy. And then you're gonna have this eye-opening experience of why weed will make this experience way better. And he do that shit all the time. I remember, he brought my buddy out, Tim. Tim's fucking Timmy. I think he hung out with my dad more than I did whenever I went to college. Came out, they listened to, I want to say, Black Sabbath released an album or something like that. And Tim got it on vinyl, brought it to my house, and listened to it with my dad like 4 times in a row. He's like, okay, now we can start drinking and figure this out. Like, it was just their thing. It was fucking cool. It was so fucking cool, man. My old man would do that again and again and again. And it doesn't matter if you showed up at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, whatever, middle of the afternoon. He'd be like, hey, it's music time, it's conversation time, it's time to start a little party right here. And that was fucking cool,
yeah.
man.
It was always party time, man. And what was cool is like me and Logan would stay up late as fuck, and like your dad would kick it with us till we said all right. And then
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember my buddies, like my dad would be like, oh man, I worked really hard today. I don't want to fucking hang out with you guys. You guys just drink in the basement, fucking have a good old time, play some music, just don't be too loud. And they'd be like, fuck that, you're coming with us. Fucking get up. I don't give a shit if you're in your PJs. Yeah. You're fucking getting up, man. They didn't want to come out. Like, it was pretty fucking cool like that. He's like, oh, I don't have any booze, man. He's like, no, we brought you. What? We got the booze. Don't worry about that. Oh, my God. I remember, like, everybody. My dad was just a good time and a half, man. And
dude.
He made a party for sure. But he'd also teach you life lessons. My dad was not just my dad, for sure. I mean, he was also a mentor to a lot of other guys in my life. You know, a lot of my friends. They would come to him with problems and shit, and he'd be like, hey, let's talk it out. Let's figure out why this hoe fucked all your friends.
Shit.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's anything else I can say about my old man is he totally didn't get whenever shit was not, like, okay to say. I don't know if you guys really, like, ever ran into this, but so I bring a friend around to my house or whatever, and we're all drinking. It's from college and shit. My dad doesn't really know the guy or anything, but he's hanging out with him. He calls him a cocksucker, like right out the bat. My dad's not a dad joke kind of guy. He'll call you a cocksucker just because he thinks it's funny. Like he's not like, hey, why'd the chicken cross the road kind of guy. He's like, hey, you're a cocksucker. Ha ha ha. Like, it was just it. Well, my buddy, he's like, oh yeah, I'm a cocksucker. Ha ha ha. And my dad's like, oh, don't be hard on yourself, man. It's just a joke. He's like, no, I really suck cock. And he's like, no, seriously, man. Like, Jesus Christ, it's just a fucking joke. Calm down. Like, I'm just fucking with you. Don't be hard on yourself, man. I was like, no, Dad, he's gay. And he's like, he's gay? What the fuck?
What the fuck?
I was like, how's a gay guy supposed to look, Dad? He's like, look at this guy. He has a beard. He's kind of hefty. He's fucking, you know, he's got muscle on him and shit. He works out. He's like, he's not a gay guy. I was like, well, how's a gay guy supposed to look? He's like, I don't know, fucking tutu, pink. Fuck. It was like, this motherfucker right here. Like my friend's like, well,
I'm gonna go.
I keep the tutu for later. Like, if you didn't know. He's like, you're supposed to be rainbows and shit. I don't know. Your voice is too deep to be gay. It was so fucking funny, man. Well, man, he's like, oh, don't be hard on yourself. You're not a cocksucker. It's fucking great. He's just out of touch with reality at that point. I remember he was working with with a guy. And he's like, damn, this guy's like really popular. Like, all the ladies seem to love him. And he's like, shit, he works hard, fucking great guy. And then he finds out he's gay, and he's like, I've been bending over in front of this guy. What if he grabs my ass? It's like, yeah, that's
He's
exactly
secretly he's secretly been telling your dad to like go pick up. Hey, can you pick that thing up over there?
Damn.
Your dad's like,
Damn.
what? No,
What
nothing,
was
nothing, nothing.
that row ass be fire though, right, ladies?
That row ass.
He's talking to the ladies. Damn, you seen that man's ass? I love to get up in them cheeks. Dad's just like, damn, that guy's a really ladies killer, right? Fuck, look at him over there.
Right.
That was hilarious though. Like his first thing he said was, "I just found out Scott's gay. I've been bending over in front of him. I don't know what's gonna happen." I was like, "Yeah, he's just gonna go up behind you and fuck you in the ass while you're working." Jesus Christ, Dad. He's like, "Well, you know how them gays are. Probably wants to listen to a whole bunch of Mariah Carey. I'm just holding him back."
I'm just holding him back.
He got jokes like that all the time. That's
God, dude. Oh shit. We used to watch in the mornings whenever we would wake up. We'd go get breakfast and shit, and then we'd like you had that little TV in the fucking kitchen, and we'd put on Fuse or like VH1 or whatever the fuck, and then just listen to tunes and eat breakfast and shit together. Good shit.
Yeah. Well, you know, he was like a fucking cook his whole young life or whatever throughout most of his 20s. And yeah, my mom didn't cook at all. I mean, have you ever experienced one of those disasters of my mom trying to cook, guys?
No. No.
That's because she stopped, I think, after I got into like high school, because she burnt some chili and was like, "Fuck it, I'm never even touching the kitchen again."
Yeah, your dad
My
always
old
was.
man, he would cook anything underneath the sun. He was like
Yeah.
working in like steakhouses a lot of the time, and I remember he worked in an Asian restaurant like one time, and he seen that they had all this fucking chicken unthawed, like sitting on the floor with bugs crawling on it. He was like, "Holy shit, I'm getting the fuck out of here!" Like he told me that story a million fucking times. He's like, "Don't ever eat at an Asian restaurant in Galesburg." He's like, "Fuck that, fuck any place like that." It just cracked me the fuck up.
God damn, dude. We used to, me and Logan used to wait up because he used to work at Schneider's. And then, like, he'd get off at, like, midnight, right? Or some shit. Some late hour, like 11 or so. And we'd, like, wait up and we'd wait for the headlights to come down your road because you had such a long fucking country road that, like, you know, who the fuck is it else coming down the road at this hour? Except for, like, a drunk farmer or some shit.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, we'd be like, "Oh, shit, it's him." And then, like, he'd get there and we'd fucking bug him. He'd be like, "Ah, you motherfuckers." We'd just fuck with him. Oh, it's so funny, dude. Hell of a hoot.
Yeah, I remember whenever he was working that schedule, and fucking a friend of a friend, kind of like, he wasn't even my buddy, but he was out at the farm with my buddies, and he was really into spice. You guys remember that shit, like that K2 shit, that synthetic weed shit? Yeah. Yeah, really fucking weirdo. So he rolls this big blunt of that shit, right? And my old man, he just thinks it's weed. He hits that shit and he's like, "What the fuck is going on?" He's like, "I'm gonna have a fucking heart attack." He's like, "I gotta calm the fuck down. What was in that? Did you just give me crack?" Like, he's fucking saying outrageous shit to this kid. This kid's like, "It's just some weed-ish stuff." My dad's freaking out. He tells me this whole story. My buddies are telling me about it later too. They're like, "Yeah, we were like pouring vodka down your dad's throat, trying to get him to calm down." Like, I was like, "Yeah, he was really resisting the vodka." But no, it was like, "Oh my god," he's freaking out. He's like threatened to kill the kid 6 times in a row. He's like, "I'll fucking end you. What did you give me? Are you trying to kill me?"
Are you trying to kill me?
Crazy.
They're after me.
Sound like my dad. Fuck.
Yeah, he was fucking Jed's dad. Jed's dad probably has a couple good stories like that. Maybe not in the quantity, but my dad was a fucking ball and a half. I'll tell you why. But
Oh man.
shit. All right, I've talked enough about my dad. My old man's a badass, but I can't live up to him. But
Yeah. So the thing about my dad is that he's too paranoid to tell me his stories. Like
What?
every once in a while, I'll like weasel one out of him, and I'll be like, I shouldn't have told you that.
Like you're an agent for the
That to
fucking
yourself there,
government.
bud. Yeah, he honestly, if I ask him too many questions, he'd be like, "Who you working for? Huh? Did they get to you?"
Dude, that's gonna be me. I swear to fucking God. If I get any more like fucking the government, I'm gonna be your dad. I swear to God, I'm gonna be the guy living in the woods
Daddy?
alone. Fucking leave me alone. Who do you work for? Why are you here? Are you with the government? Fuck.
Nah, dude. When this he bought when I was like a sophomore in high school, so he bought one of those campers out at Lee's Recreational, right on the Hennepin Canal, so like we can go fishing. That's all we were gonna use it for, is like camping and fishing, because when we used to go camping and fishing out in the strip mines, swapped owners, and then the new owner was being a dick about letting us come back there because he let too many of his own friends go back there and they wrecked the place. So he's like,
Yeah.
nobody can go back there now. And I'm like, my dad's like, I worked on this ranch for 10 years. I've built a dock and like landscaped this whole fucking place to be a great place to fish. And they're like, sorry, Rob, new management. And he's like, fine, whatever. So he bought this trailer for us to go fishing out there. No problem. And we can like sleep out there. We can cook out there, all kinds of shit. Real comfort, living kind of shit, for camping or whatever. But anyway, so when he first bought the place, he would never take the same route there when me and my brother were in the car. He'd always drive a different route, and he'd switch it up every time. He'd start one place twice, and then by the time you got like halfway through it, you didn't know where the fuck you were again because he took so many weird little back roads that he didn't need to. And it's like he didn't want us to know where it was. It was like, what the fuck are you doing?
This is a guy I feel like who stops his car off the side of the road if someone follows him for more than a minute.
No, he will try to shake people if he notices a car for too long.
oh my god, I love it.
No shit.
It's fucking legitly amazing.
Like there was one time we were behind a white Mazda in fucking Kiwani,
The license plate.
and it was a white Mazda. I had the license plate memorized because it did something suspicious, and he's like, I don't like that car, man. I think that car's doing something weird. And then anytime we saw like a white crossover, he's like, is that fucking car? I was like, no, that's a Chevy. No, that's a Buick. He's like, they could be switching cars, man. I'm just like, what are you talking about? And it's like, bro, you're not some like Russian secret agent that they're trying to like narrow in on, bro.
He knows the truth, Jed.
He knows the truth.
He knows the
watching
truth.
us.
Trying
He
to
knows
get it.
too much, man.
Nah, he's hilarious though. He means well. I got really mad at him the other day. I snapped on him 2 days ago because he called me at noon, and I've been asleep for like 3, maybe 4 hours at this point. I got to be up in like 4 more hours to go to work, and I haven't been sleeping well because I was back home last weekend, so my schedule's been fucked since I'm trying to flip it back. So he calls me at noon to let me know that he fixed my throwing axe, which I told him I wanted to do myself because I wanted to do it a certain type of way to fit me. And he's like, yeah, man, so fix that axe for you. And I'm like already mad that he woke me up, and then he tells me that he went ahead and did something that I didn't want him to do. Like, thanks, man, appreciate you doing work for me. But like, I wanted to do it. And I snapped on him so hard. And like, it actually, like, looking back on it now, hearing like the hurt in his voice, I was like, aw.
Damn, you better call him back.
I did call him back and we chatted for a bit. I called him like the next day just to tell him a joke. It was a really funny joke. He liked it a lot.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you're dying to tell us what that joke is, Jed.
I'm not entirely sure if it's appropriate.
This is the Gentleman's Bureau.
All right.
I'm going to tell you a joke then
All right,
if
so
you
here's the
can
joke.
do it,
So here's the joke. This is the key to living a happy, successful, fun life, right? Step 1, get you a woman that can make you laugh. Step 2, get you a woman that's great in bed. Step 3, a woman that can cook anything. Like a master chef, you know? Step 4, get a woman that's more wealthy than you are so she can take care of your ass. And this is the 5th step. This is the most important step. You have to make sure that none of the 4 women meet each other.
oh my God.
That's the
a
hardest
woman
step,
that can
huh?
make you laugh. Women funny, Jed. Already, you fucked up. There's no woman in the world that's funny. I'm gonna tell you that right away.
I don't know.
Jokes. Oh my God, I'm kidding. Jesus Christ, feminazis, settle down.
I just want to see Kaidi fucking slide in and just start beating your ass. Like, what do you mean I'm not funny?
Heidi's funny, but she's like Japanese funny. So like she has really good jokes for Japanese people. But I just
Can you
like
tell
I
us
like
one?
chuckle.
Yeah, tell us a good
I
Japanese
want to see
joke.
if I would last in that country with their jokes. So tell me a Japanese joke.
It's not like that though. They do like sketch comedy. Like oh my God. Okay, I'll tell you a scenario. I'll tell you what happened. I go to they have like a theater kind of set up for Japanese comedians here in Okinawa, right?
Okay.
My mother-in-law goes every month and she says, "Hey, there's going to be an American next time at the next show. Uh, just to let you know. So maybe you want to do like an American, something that American would find funny." This dude, they do this sketch where this Japanese guy lets an American military guy into his house who happens to be black. The guy covers himself in complete black house paint. Japanese guy does. And makes a whole bunch of jokes about how he has a big dick for about 20 minutes. And then fucks the dude's wife. That was supposed to be funny to me, apparently, and everybody in the audience, but everybody just felt really fucking uncomfortable. I'm like,
Yeah, I'd be like,
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, that was fucked up.
like I mean, you should always just stay away from blackface. Like I felt awkward doing it in high school to play Othello. Like okay, so it was for a role. It was literally for a role. It was actually like a double play. So the play was Lend Me a Tenor, and I was playing a tenor who was playing Othello. So like the play that I was playing called for me to play the play in the play as an actor doing blackface because it's set in like the 40s, right? So set in a different time, right?
You're still fucked. I think you're gonna get.
are we talking the 1940s or 1840s? This is important.
But no, so it's kind of like those Warner Brother like disclaimers, you know, where they're like, to keep this accurate, we're not going to do that. So like that's how the play was. It was like this is how they would have done Othello back then, so that's how we're going to do it inside of this play now. And it was like literally like a 10-minute scene at the end of the play that we did it, so it was a very limited thing.
Thank God.
Well, Jed, I'm still waiting.
For what?
For your apology.
I'm sorry if I offended you, Lane. Nobody else had a problem with it.
No, it's 2020. You have to apologize for playing blackface, so I'm still waiting.
And playing blackface in a play that played a play.
Yeah.
I'm the dude disguised as a dude.
I know who I am. I'm a dude playing a dude disguised
Talk about
as
a dude that got away with blackface.
You're the dude who don't know what dude he is.
That's because he played such a fucking good. Oh my God, he played it so well. He pulled it off so well. Like I didn't even realize it was Robert Downey Jr. until someone said something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or until the end of the movie.
Like yes. I think the first time I watched it, I came in halfway through it, so it didn't have like the whole intro of him like putting on the makeup.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Is that black dude Robert Downey Jr.? What the fuck? What?"
No.
Fuck, I gotta rewatch this motherfucker. Tropic Thunder is a
that movie
fucking
is hilarious. I do love that movie. First of all.
Yeah. Ben Stiller can never do anything good again because he made such a good movie.
Right.
I mean, he was in such a good movie.
You
Simple
play
Jack.
Simple Jack.
Simple Jack.
You make me happy. I think you got a fine brain, Jack.
He fucked up. You never go full retard. Japan is so un-PC. It's fucking amazing. Because they can just wear not blackface, but entire black body and think it's hilarious.
Wait, they like
Fucking
whip
crazy.
people's skins?
They'll fucking wear whiteface to play a white dude, I feel like. Yeah. It's crazy.
Well, they've been doing that in
But,
China
yeah,
for centuries.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about Kabuki? The acting? Yeah, that's just
Yeah.
crazy.
That's a
they're
whole
trying
different
to change
animal.
it. Yeah. Oh, whatever though.
Yeah.
It's more like, okay, before we move on from that. So Kabuki is this ancient art of Japanese theater, right? And they do paint their entire body kind of white and shit. Not kind of, they really paint their entire body white. What's hilarious is Kabuki actors, you can kind of tell if somebody's a Kabuki actor because, like, it goes, all the sons in that family will do that theater, right? That form of theater. So they all kind of look the same, all the Kabuki actors do. It's pretty funny. And then, like, especially with the makeup on, they have, like, just, like, a certain face and everything. It's pretty cool.
They just share
But,
one face, pass it
yeah.
around.
Yeah, but I seen a retarded man. He had a mask on, so I don't know if he had an extra chromosome or not. He could have just been Asian. We have a lot of those. He was
Are
at
there
the
a lot of
store.
Asian people in Japan?
Believe it or not, there is a shit ton of Asian people in Japan. He would be like, "What the fuck? I thought they were a minority. What the Jesus Christ! I'm starting to feel like a minority here. What the hell?" I know he was retarded because he had a handler. Okay, that's the only reason I'm gonna say that.
Maybe he was just important.
He was definitely retarded, and which I don't think anything less of retarded people. And if you do, you're a fucking jackass. He just has problems that he overcomes, or whatever. Maybe not. So this guy, I see him in the store, and he is buying a ridiculous amount of candy. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? Like, he's taking all the fucking Snickers. I don't like this guy all of a sudden because I like Snickers and I don't want him to have them all. But eventually, like, I put two and two together. I'm like, he's wearing some K-Swiss, some gray sweatpants, and a Winnie the Pooh shirt. Yeah, this guy's retarded.
The Winnie the Pooh shirt gave it away, didn't it?
I did. I'm like, this guy has an extra chromosome. So I'm like, well, I'm still upset he got all the fucking Snickers, but I'll let it happen. Whatever. I'm not gonna be mad. Dude's happy as fuck. He's buying all these fucking Snickers. He goes and gets like the biggest fucking thing of chocolate milk that he can find. His handler or person following him around or whatever is just letting him do it, and you can see like the cashier, because he throws all the money he has on the counter because he doesn't know exactly, money or whatever, no big deal. Throws all the money on the counter, and the cashier's like, "Oh, you don't have enough for all this." So he's like scanning one, and then like throwing a couple in like the back behind him, and like scanning another, and then like throwing a couple in the back behind him. Scans like the chocolate milk, and he's like, "Oh, you just have enough," kind of thing. It was pretty funny. And you could, like, this guy was shaking with excitement, and as soon as he buys all this, you see him like rip open the fucking carton of chocolate milk, and he just starts downing it. Like, rips his mask off, and he's downing this chocolate milk and like eating handfuls of Snickers. I was like, oh my god. But what I was envious of is this dude, probably the happiest guy in the fucking world. Because that's like doing heroin to a retarded person. Just fucking happy as fuck, right? Like, if I do heroin, I mean, heroin's pretty addictive. We can all see that. It must be the best thing in the world because you're willing to give up everything for it. So, chocolate milk and Snickers must be heroin to retarded people. Vis-a-vis, they're way happier than us. Fight me. Change my mind.
Change my mind.
On the topic of chromosomes, I was privy to an internet fight, good old Facebook comment war, you know, and it delegated to the point that they were no longer attacking the argument; they were attacking each other. And the person who I felt was more on the right side of the argument says, "Hey, just out of curiosity, how many chromosomes do you have?" And the person who was obviously losing the argument said, "I don't know, but more than you." And I was just like, "Oh, you played yourself right there, bud.
You played yourself.
You walked right into it. You've activated my trap card. It's time to
Damn, man.
You know, good old Facebook.
Facebook.
I was just, you know, good old coffee sipping, scrolling. Idiots. You know.
Fucking Jed is basically Kermit the Frog in that situation.
I'm just gonna sit over here and mind my business.
I guess, like, okay, I see quite a few mentally handicapped people here in Japan, just because I have a facility that's kind of close to my house, and then there's like one next to my job or whatever. And it seems like, I don't know, maybe because I actually am next to them, it doesn't seem like they're as hidden. I feel like in America they're kind of hidden. Mentally challenged people are, right? Like they're put away in facilities, they're put away in like programs that kind of are self-isolated and everything. But I hear it seems like they take them out on outings a lot and like do stuff with them quite a bit. And like, or they have them do like smaller jobs. Like the place kind of close to my house has a whole bunch of people with handicaps, and they make like lunches and sell them, like little boxed lunches.
Nice.
And sell them. Do you guys? I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
I'd buy it as long as, like, I don't know, there was like some codes, like health codes and shit.
Oh yeah, there is. It's actually really good. It's the best place to get like lunchtime like rice and curry for me.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
It's like $3. Fuck yeah, man.
You gotta support, like, shit. Help them out, man. Shit. They got lives too, you know. They probably have to. I mean, I don't know. Someone probably takes care of them, but they still, you know, make them feel good. Say, hey, let them know, like, you know, they're not alone or whatever. I don't know.
You know, it gives them like some sort of meaning. I think, like we find in our jobs, you know.
Yeah.
And fucking like, and somebody's got to buy that chocolate milk. They got to earn the money to do it. So, fuck yeah.
Big facts.
I don't know. I think I'm not entirely sure, but I've heard that they have euthanasia in Germany. So is there just less retarded people in Germany, or you know, defected? That sounds like a bad way to say that too.
I have no idea, but dude, now that you said that, I have not seen one person handicapped in Germany. I've been here for 3 years, not one. And I've been everywhere, dude. Like, I don't know. That's actually, wow. You just made me privy to that. I didn't know. Didn't realize that shit.
Whistle. We're blowing a whistle. Oh no.
Whistle.
Lane, you might want to get the first plane out of Germany. They're gonna come for it now.
Oh shit!
You know, they know you know.
They're like, they're starting to
here.
figure out. They're starting to figure out what
they have
we are doing.
become self-aware. We must eliminate
Dude, have you guys ever looked into the World War II conspiracy shit with like Hitler and like all the inventions and like the experiments and like how all the NASA, when NASA was formed, it was formed with damn near all these top German scientists, and like
Mhm.
Russia and the U.S. kind of split them, and
They battled over those motherfuckers.
yeah, uh, oh my God, dude, you guys ever look into that shit?
A little.
I do know that there's a lot of medical stuff we know that was discovered by experimenting on people in concentration camps. I know that they found a jet propulsion, like an early like jet fighter that was like way ahead of its time in a barn somewhere in Germany, and they used that to progress some technology. Yeah, I know that when you have one guy who has all the brightest scientists in one country and he tells them exactly what they're going to be looking and researching into, they find some stuff out.
Yeah, the guy that there's also the chemist, I guess he would be, that found a way to extract nitrogen from plants and then to use as fertilizer. Or he came up with a fertilizer, right? Which, in one hand, uh, it created like a boom for farming, right? So
Yeah.
he figured out a way to extract nitrogen out of the atmosphere, is what it was. And then so he did that, right? But then on the other hand, he's over here making gas to gas up German or Jews. So it's like, and he got a Nobel Peace Prize,
Yep.
I believe. So it's like, how are you gonna give this guy a Nobel Peace Prize if he's over here?
Well, you know how the Nobel Peace Prize got invented, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alexander
No.
Nobel was the creator of dynamite,
Hmm.
and after seeing his invention that he made for mining and good-hearted reasons, after seeing it be used on people and you know bad stuff, he was like, I'm gonna start this prize for people to do good stuff. And I'm sure that this chemist, like, I'm not gonna defend the man at all. Like, he was probably with the Nazis. You
Yeah,
have
he
to
was. He
imagine
was a
that.
Nazi.
What did he
Yeah.
believe it,
I
or
mean,
was he in survival mode?
Well,
at that
that's a
point,
hard argument to make
It's a really hard
because
argument to
there
make.
was a
I'm not
lot
trying to
of
make it.
people
I'm
that
just
were
saying that
not
there's arguments
socialists,
there.
not a part of the Nazi Party, that were just Germans that were actually not pro-socialism, right?
Yeah,
And they shunned those people. They were in the gross minority, though.
yeah,
They were definitely in the minority.
yeah,
yeah. But
it's
say you're this top German chemist, and they come to you and they said, "You're going to come with us, and you're going to make this stuff for us, or we'll kill you." What are you gonna do, Mark?
I'd rather die
I
than
want to live.
cause a million deaths. Somebody else
Yeah.
can do somebody that may now guaranteed somebody else will step in and fill that role and make it. Okay?
Yeah,
But that's on them.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be the one that causes all like millions to, or I don't know, X amount of people to die.
But what if
Or
you like you have to
or
imagine
would
that they're
you?
already doing these like mass shootings. What if you think you can come in and give them like a more humane way to die?
I see what you're talking about.
Like
Yeah,
like
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 more
these
something with
these guys are being
more
like brutalized.
dignity or less pain.
Yeah, but like he's like I can just make this gas that they'll fall asleep and they just won't wake up, and that'll be better than them being brutalized, raped, murdered, shot. Like it'll be a little bit better. Still terrible, still a tragedy, but
But they didn't
it's
make gas like that. They made
I'm
gas
not
that
saying
would
they
you
did.
would suffocate. Oh yeah.
Maybe it
Yeah.
was
Well,
the
no, they used to use trucks where they just put all these people into a truck and then feed the exhaust into the back of the truck where the people were.
But that's not what he's
Doesn't
saying.
that
He's
just make
saying
it
like a
closer?
humane way to gas people to death.
Ah,
I,
yeah, I know what you're talking
Like
about.
it's hard
modern
to
day
yeah.
gassing it or something. Dude,
It's
Yeah.
did you guys see those little pods that you can sit in and they will
oh yeah,
kill you
the
in the
suicide
pods?
chamber,
Suicide chamber. Dude,
Oh my God,
Jed
Futurama.
knows. Jed knows.
Futurama.
Dude, no, like you could put on your favorite, it slowly kills you and you fall into like a sleep type of, it's a peaceful way to die. It's like if you're
What the fuck?
they're like, yeah, I think where are they doing it at?
I
Jed,
think they're doing it
Canada?
in like maybe Canada, maybe just like Pacific Northwest, but it's kind of like it kind of stems from that whole thing of like, oh, you're diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, you will not get better.
Yeah, it's basically a way for people to kill themselves by choice. Like
Yeah.
they're consenting to it, whatever. And what it does is shit.
I think it's called like
It's
On Your Terms or something like that.
escapes me now, but the process of it, the way they cleaned it out is, I think they just, oh fuck. I keep thinking of a vacuum, the way that, like, but there's no way. Jed, do you remember how they do it?
How they do
How
what?
they, like once you're dead, they take your body out, but like it has to be reused, so they have to clean it out a certain way. I forget how they do it, but
Maybe chemical sterilization.
yeah, but
That's the only, like, okay, so speaking from a funeral aspect, like a funeral director aspect that's dealt with dead people, uh, most likely you're gonna die and nothing's gonna really be wrong with it. Maybe
okay.
somebody's bowels release. It's usually
Yeah.
women that do that. Um, so with that, it's like the only thing I can think of that they would clean it'd either be steam cleaning, because steam, like with steam you clean like everything completely, like kills all bacteria, all anything underneath the sun. And then the only other way would be like heavy amounts of chemical cleaning. But yeah, that's just
Yeah.
from like what I know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think it's still like, I don't think it's like a big thing now. I think it's pretty selective at this point. Still being
Yeah,
tested and stuff.
yeah, I would not want to do that. I want to go out like in nature. Dude, if I was like literally like if I knew I was dying, I just want to be able to go out in nature and die. Like I don't want to die in a hospital, dude. That's like the
Just like go fight a bear.
something eerie about that shit. Like the fucking
Yeah,
hospital, dude. Like that's not the place where I need to be. I need to be laid up against a tree, just fucking smoking a bowl or just taking a sip of whiskey or something and just fucking, all right, good world, goodbye, cruel world, and then
Yeah. Anytime somebody like gives me shit for like, oh, you drink, oh, you smoke, it's like, you're gonna get this sickness, your liver's gonna fail, you're gonna get lung disease, and I'm like, yeah, but like think about this. All those people that did everything just right and lived a perfectly healthy life, one day they'll be laying in a hospital bed dying of nothing.
yeah,
How fucking boring is that?
you gotta die of something,
I
and
don't know. I'd rather die by my own hand than let something like disease take me out. You know what I mean? All right, everybody. That concludes episode 8. If you haven't been watching the other episodes, I want you to go back. Please watch them. They're good. I like them. I mean, I'm in the fucking podcast and I still watch the goddamn thing. So please watch the sons of bitches. They're fucking great. They're great. They're masterpieces upon society's faults. I tell you that. We talk about a lot of shit and we have a good time. So please subscribe. Please like the video. And anything else we got to add here, boys?
Yeah. So subscribe button, it's red. If you make sure you hit it, like do that. Make sure you do it. Okay, do it. Don't forget. Hit the like button too. It's a little thumbs up. It's very easy to see. Hit the like button. Comment section, it's there. I know it's hard to find sometimes, but just find where it says comment and tap it. And then type in whatever you think of the video. Whatever you want us to talk about next video. Anything you want us to know about, talk to us. Let us know what we're doing right. Let us know what we're doing wrong. Tell us how to improve. Communicate with us. It's
okay,
a relationship.
Jed, they
Work with
got it
us.
right. You guys got it. They got
Ring
I'll
the
it.
read
bell.
them all.
Ring the
I
bell
read
so
them
we
all.
get notified when
They got it.
post new videos. Okay? Ring the bell. Do it.
Yeah. So the great thing about the economy right now is that they're making these like buttons super affordable. They actually lowered it down to being free. So all
Yeah,
you have
they're
to do
free.
is click that, and that'll help us out a lot. Also, please, please,
Oh, yeah.
please comment anything negative, positive. Please let us know. Any feedback is
Neutral.
Better
take
than
it.
none.
Oh, and share this
So-
with your friends. Copy the link. Share it out. Put it on your Facebook.
That's a great idea. Share that out.
Yeah. Share
Yep.
it. Send it.
But thank you
Alright.
guys for watching. This was episode 8, and I had a good time, guys.
I had a great time.
All right, bye.
Goodbye.
Later.
Juicy.